Hello, everybody. I am alone this time. Before, one of them left me, and now they have both left me. Let's watch Darth Vader versus that other guy, Toby, I think.
Mrs. Bloodreich, I'm your split personality / your conscious speaking.
Oh God, we haven't spoken in ages.
I know, I've been on sabbatical. It was rough.
Where the
It
fuck?
was rough.
I'm
Can't
just
be.
some dude who likes talking about ass.
So yes,
It's the angel on your shoulder. I'm the devil.
I'm the angel.
I wish-
Holy
I
shit,
wish
you're
I-
screwed.
I wish I remember Scrooge's fucking verse after Kanye.
Dare you disturb me when I'm napping in my chair? You're a
No, I
crappy rap
remember that
spitting
one.
apparition. I ain't scared of this random phantom. Haunt all
I
you
forget
want. I don't
Kanye's
care. I do
in
not believe in
ERB.
ghosts, and I don't believe that hair.
I remember
forget
that.
Kanye's
I'm trying to
in
remember what he
ERB
said
half the
after
time.
Kanye's appearance.
No, this
Oh,
isn't
these are-
happening.
This isn't happening. Wait, fucking hold on.
Wait,
No,
actually-
this isn't happening. Oh, this is maddening agony. Wait, actually, harkening back to the Dead Donald's lecture, I still am expecting a final specter.
If I had remembered all that and then Titanium had come in, that would have been perfect. But oh well.
Ah, you're gonna die.
You're gonna
no
die.
One here, no one to cry.
I want to cry.
Oh God.
Why did I do that?
While they're busy dying of all the smoking they do, let's start the episode.
Shut up. Let's watch Anakin Skywalker bite the dust.
I am expecting the Obito dub.
Everyone is.
Fully
I'm honestly-
expecting a Darth Vader W,
I'm honestly
but I
kind
hope
of,
Obito wins.
I'm honestly kind of hoping for the Obito win, just to spite the Darth Vader crowd that were shitting on Obito fans. I'm gonna be honest.
Was
Only
that
do I like
light? Who the
Obito
fuck
more,
was that
but it's
in
also
headset?
like I fucking just. I'm a little tired of seeing him get shat on by people that haven't read or watched Naruto.
No, yeah, I
Guys,
get
I
that.
just hope the fight is good.
Or it looks pretty good.
It's that scene.
Actually, I'd say the real reason the Empire is doing so good was because of the other Darth. But you know, Vader was helping. He was helping.
dislikes Jedi himself. Sand.
Oh, yeah.
I like that it says himself. I was 300 pounds in that armor, Christ.
What a
You
fat
fat
ass.
fuck.
I like how with Apprentices it had
Frito?
it had like Ahsoka Tano,
Wilhelm.
and then Inquisitors, and then Starkiller. Like Starkiller ranks below the Inquisitors. Like Vader's just that spiteful over his betrayal.
Fuck you.
Oh yeah, I guess I did kind of train this guy.
Eh.
I mean, I guess the Inquisitors within Star Wars media are just more relevant right now.
Well, they're actually
Yeah, so the
canon.
future child victims.
Yeah.
He's on the
God, I really need to see footage from Fallen Order. Come on, give it to me. Well, not yet, obviously, because this is still Anakin.
Hey, Ventress. Ugh. Hey, Ventress.
Oh, what? They actually showed a Krayt Dragon at one point. That's cool.
Yeah,
I haven't seen
Mandalorian, I think, season 2? Pretty sure.
I don't have Disney Plus, whatever it is, so I have no way to watch it.
Disney Plus.
Because they refuse to put it out on
Yeah.
physical, at least down here.
Yep, physical media's dying. They can
Yar
control
har
what you watch
fiddle
forever.
dee dee.
I love physical media. Fuck Disney.
I know, I'm just saying it's
Har
dying.
har fiddle dee dee. Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is free.
I
Can I
do
just say,
not... Ooh, they showed
they
that
had-
scene. Wait a minute.
call
Hold
me
on.
crazy, but
I-
I'm not surprised Anakin kind of fell in love with Padme, given they had him watch like mid-2000s Natalie Portman while he's like a hormoned up 19-year-old.
I really... I wanted to go back because I swear Mace Windu was holding a hand mirror, but I don't want to ruin the pacing.
I think he was, yeah. I
It was
think he
like,
was.
like they're all talking about should we make Anakin into a Jedi Master, and Windu's just like, damn, I'm looking good.
He is. He is. Hi.
The discount,
He's great in his own
the discount Imperial March going on in the back. Yo, yo.
Oh God, detours.
Yo. It's not the right detour scene, but it's good enough.
hey guys, like the Empire, you should like join it or something.
Yo, dude, the Empire's pretty chill. You should like join it or something. That's how the fight
Hey,
should have
Star
started.
Killer.
Like Vader just comes down to Obito and it's like, yo, dude, the Empire's pretty chill. Maybe you should like join it or something.
Join it
And
or
Obito's
something.
like, I'm going to join it or something after I kick your ass.
Yeah. There's a clip of Lego Darth Vader I need to show you later where George Lucas is like, "You want a donut?" and he's just,
Oh
what
my
the
God.
hell?
Sometimes even resorting to moving himself with the force.
Hey, Doof.
This is wild.
Well,
Doofenshmirtz in Death Battle. One step closer. Oh, there's Fallen Order.
Yeah, boy. Not the best part of it, but I'll take it. The TIE
Best
Advance
part is when you
XL.
find out, oh, he has no health bar. Yeah, I love the Lego Darth Vader skit where George Lucas is like, "You want a
Lego Darth
donut?" And he's
Vader?
like, "Yum."
Oh, yo,
Uh-oh.
Lego Darth Vader and Skywalker Saga, I think.
a droid named I-5 tried to kill Vader with a laser stated to move
I think it was, yeah.
3,000 kilometers per second. That's light speed, and Vader easily blocked it.
And for as much bullshit as Palpatine threw at him, Vader was tough enough and stubborn enough to push through it.
Oh, it's the Kenobi series.
Eventually tried to
Yeah,
kill him.
Kenobi with the AI Darth Vader.
Yay.
Constantly fanned Vader's hatred by sending assassins after him to make sure he was still worthy of being his apprentice.
Oh, that's
I think a funny thing too that a lot of people I haven't seen mention is that Vader's design is partially based off of samurai, and Obito is a ninja.
without the Force.
Yes.
So yeah, ninjas usually win in that regard.
Yeah, 'cause he really,
I mean, plenty of times ninja historically were samurai.
Hatred is apparently useful.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying in the stereotypical playground racist.
I like how
debate.
it says like survive the planet exploding while on it to trick you into thinking that's a planetary feat. Actually, it was a planetoid, not a full planet, and it's like a city level feat.
He's fought entire
Ow.
armies of his own, and even taken on
So funny that he just slaps fucking Obi-Wan with his lightsaber and he just turns it to dust. It doesn't
I-
even hurt the cape.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up. It doesn't even like hurt his clothes.
that Vader was
Oh, it's IG-88. Love that guy.
material from the old
Oh my God,
You're
Ewoks
fucking
feet!
kidding
Yes,
me.
Ewoks, 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 Ewoks! Oh my God, they're doing it!
a feat which would require energy worth over 12 seconds.
Jesus.
They did the Ewoks feet! Let's go! Best episode of the season. Best episode. Nah, free.
Incredible power.
Where you think you're going?
The Dragonborn cheese calc has nothing on Ewoks. Oh, I'm so happy.
Someone he loved. Ultimately, Anakin Skywalker truly
Someone should do like a special edition of this episode if Vader dies and just have a no added to it. That's the only difference.
I was gonna say if Vader dies, just have him as a Force Ghost later. Just like Yoda.
Just like,
It's like, how would you become a Force
like
Ghost?
Hayden
I don't know.
Christensen just shows up. He's like,
Yeah.
hello there.
people and be acknowledged by the rest of the village. And what
Oh, I hate you.
that than having his face carved into a mountain.
I love that clip.
Think of talking about Naruto? Yes, again. This is
Hey,
the
you're
story
fucking
of
wrong.
Obito Uchiha.
Obito unfortunately
Wait, we'll talk about Naruto later. Don't worry, we gotta bring up base form Naruto putting a hole in the moon.
We signed up for ninja school. and joined a team with
Is he only 31? What the fuck?
and their leader, Minato. Where do you think
Oh,
It's the same age
ew.
as Kakashi.
Ew, it brought up Breen. Actually, worst episode, 0 out of 10.
a limited form of physical
You know, when I was a kid, I always thought Kakashi was older than he was just because he had gray hair. I don't know why.
You just didn't tune into anime yet.
and make clones of himself?
Not really. I didn't like Naruto as a kid.
I like how
What the fuck is
like
this?
he can make clones of himself. He is not him doing that.
Uchiha specialize in all things fire.
Nice fire.
Fireballs, small fireballs, waves of fire, columns of fire. You name it, they
Don't necessarily need to show him doing it though, because making clones is just a basic thing in ninja school.
get this fire ninja involved at the age of 11. Yikes. Well, like
He's
the
gonna use all this
Roboto,
fire
one
against
more
Darth
super
Vader,
fighter
who
is
walks
sleep
through
for.
lava.
I suck it. The Sharingan.
The Sharingan
Wouldn't be the first time I got his ass burnt.
allowing someone to see the flow
No,
of
Doom did throw him into lava with a rock.
cast a variety of
That is true. He encased him in a. He just made a
Wait,
coffin.
did they not bring up Vader's mental resistances?
Like 10 minutes after he got the damn thing.
In the
Nothing
sidebar.
I can
Okay,
recall.
sidebar, good.
Of course
They
I
didn't
can.
bring up the go to dark, the dark side Vader. Oh fuck, I forgot what he called it. The fucking
I don't know if
evil.
they run up Force Demons though, and Force Demons are kind of funny.
The Force Demon thing is so funny.
survived long enough to be rescued by another
Look at this.
Uchiha.
Yo.
What's up, Gramps?
Madara. Madara
Yeah, there he is.
It's Dadora.
regenerating the limbs he lost.
You're probably thinking,
Aw, such a nice guy.
except he was not.
Uh-oh.
was brewing some plans for world domination and
I don't know, he seems like a cool guy to me.
so he tricked Obito into watching Kakashi kill Rin, making him fall victim to the Uchiha's
He
curse
punched her
of
boob too
hatred.
hard. She just exploded.
Scene is so fucking wild. The first time I ever saw that like Obito massacre scene, I was like, fucking. God, it's so cool.
That mask
Toby,
looks so.
or not
I'm gonna
Toby.
be honest. That mask looks kind of dumb. Like
I like the curly mask.
I get it.
Funny.
But
The orange one is my favorite.
It
There
looks-
it
He's
is.
supposed to be based off of Swirly. The mask and the personality are based off Swirly.
And leave them there to die. He can even hide weapons in there until he needs them. Like
The
his
what the
Darth
fuck?
Vader.
Yo,
Even
yo,
better,
is that
he can
Storm?
phase through stuff.
Well, not quite. Kamui gives
Yeah,
Obito the power to
Storm.
move through objects in a manner that's similar to the common phasing superpowers into the Flash or Kitty Pryde. In reality, it's much more complex, as Obito is actually
Hit him with something harder.
his body into the
Nope, a little bit more.
whenever they
Shout slows at him.
See, there's his body parts right there.
Well, if it looks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's phasing. Hands up! Yeah. Way later on,
He killed the duck.
another super eye.
Ha!
Really swapping these things around like a Prime sub on Twitch.
This Renegon
What
grants
the
Obito
fuck?
power of the six paths, giving him some nifty abilities like controlling gravity.
But what are the
I like
six
that
paths?
Fox Demon's hat.
Human path and summoning giant monsters.
Oh shit, what is that?
Though the
It's like a
powers
reverse
started to come
Kurama.
through, Obito realized that the ninja
Fuck, why does it have 10 heads?
core, his dream
Oh,
of
10 tails.
being
Okay.
happy and working together was never gonna happen. So instead, he agreed to carry out Madara's Giga Brain plan to control everything.
Donning masks and multiple personas, he recruited a number of rogue shinobi to form the Akatsuki
Yo.
terrorist group and kicked
Fuck,
off
why
the
was he
World
dancing
War
when he was in the
all to
orange
revive
mask?
the monsters.
Koski are terrorist, yeah.
I know what
You're
you're
goated.
thinking.
Is he all goofy when he's got the orange one on? That may be why I liked him with that one.
And that's a very good question. Anyway, the Ten Tails.
Living
Okay, that
massive
thing's
gear
fucking
inside
scary.
the chakra.
Yeah, it's the thing that they
Ten-tailed
just
possesses
couldn't decide on this
tremendous
relationship with
great
Kaguya at all.
hurricanes, multiple clones of itself, and the devastating tailed beast bomb.
Get
Calc
bombed.
time.
That's basically a super
Oh,
nuke. This junk
beautiful,
ball is so
beautiful
explosive,
Storm.
it can eclipse
The best
continents and
adaptation,
reduce mountains
free
to
of
dust.
Naruto.
Comparing the surface area of this blast to the surrounding mountains, dispersing that much mass within a fraction of a second must have yielded a kinetic energy worth over 13
Duh.
million tons.
I think
of
that's more.
TNT.
That's 24 zeros.
That's very comparable,
No, it's
though.
the same.
3 is higher than 2.
I think they just used like the high ball of that feat against the low ball of the Ewok's feet. I think. I know for like a fact that the Ewok's feat is more impressive than anything in Naruto, including the tree. So I'd be shocked if it actually got that high, or if the Ewok feat was that low. Nah, Obito is absolutely winning. If they don't give Vader the power advantage, he's absolutely gonna die. Yeah, Obito's got this.
Yeah, he's fucked.
3. Vader's big advantage is that he should be significantly stronger and faster. But no.
Ow.
Only those with the power of the six paths can resist their effects.
Plus, with the Mangle monster in his system,
They didn't bring up
Obito's
Senjutsu
regeneration
either, which is like the
half
big
of
thing in
point
Vader's
where he
favor,
can
is
survive
the
having half of his
similarity
body.
between the Force and
Either way,
Senjutsu.
all cards in his
No,
hand
no,
are ready
Obito's
for
got
the
this.
final
They,
stages of
easy.
the Giga Plan.
He summoned the God Tree and prepared to launch the infinite Tsukuyomi.
Ew.
A powerful illusion that would trap the entire world in a never.
I had like an instant revulsion reaction when Kaguya showed up.
But the violent cruelty of the ninja world could only quiver in fear when the anime protagonist walked in the room. After
He
being
is.
one-two'd by some talk no jutsu, Obito saw within Naruto the spirit of his former self. Someone who was always trying to help others. And they'd say his heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Obito joined Naruto and Kakashi in saving the world.
I think they say
giving
he
his
died
life
that
to
day.
protect his friends. And in his last moments, he entrusted them with
There he
the original
goes.
dream he had so long ago. To
Hey,
become
Obito.
Hokage. Of which they both
I wish
succeeded.
they showed
Though he
the
may have
like
lost his
edited
ninja way,
panel of
Obito
Naruto going
Uchiha
nah.
overcame his hatred and helped realize the world he wanted.
Oh, that's nice.
That's sweet. Now go kill Vader.
ERB.
Yeah, there's no way Vader's losing.
Did you see the ERB freaking Vader in the left?
Based.
There's been a
I
lot
still
more
have
meme
just this
clip
gut
lately.
feeling that Vader's gonna win.
Nah, after that analysis, it's so
I think
blatant
it's
that
pretty
Vader's
clear
gonna die.
cut by what they said, yeah. Unless they pull some shit. Give me
That
your
power,
eyes.
what an exquisite place to start a corporatocracy.
Die.
Your mother will die. I like the idea that Obito's like, telekinesis, this is so unusual.
Well, that was easy.
Oh, there's more
Well,
apparently.
no shit. What is that, a fan?
There's more.
I like Obito's like, oh
Take
shit.
that. Bitch
No!
Damn it.
I think I kind of realized that Vader was gonna die when I was told that he crushed the Rinnegan eye, but he didn't crush the Kamui eye.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, like Obito is getting bitched too much for
Bitch.
this to be an Obito loss.
Oh.
Okay, no, yeah, he crushed the Kamui one. Izanagi's one, man. He didn't crush the Izanagi eye.
Oh.
That was like super Devil Artemis.
Such a cool interaction of Shinra Tensei versus Force Push that I had just never considered
leg.
before this.
His scream when he got his like face when he got stabbed was the most Devil Artemis animation I've seen in a while.
Oh, that fucker's
Good way or a
big.
bad way?
I'm glad they're actually giving us the big kaijus that can show up in episodes this season.
Holy shit.
What the fuck am I supposed to do about
Oh,
this son of
cute,
a
he
bitch?
named it. Oh, shit.
Oh, how cute he named it. Oh, shit.
Ah, there we go.
Ow! I like how he
Oh,
like
It
yeah.
explode.
he like stops it, but it explodes in his face anyway.
Oh shit, the tree!
What the fuck is that? Did he just grow his eye
Like
back?
Thanos? Yeah.
It's inevitable.
Stand still. Damn it. Oh, fuck.
Oh, I'm always gonna like destroy the TIE Advance.
Oh shit.
Where'd the helmet go?
Fuck.
He just turned around so fucking
That
quick.
was so funny.
That was frame 1.
Damn, Vader with the
Blast
frame,
his
Vader with the
bitch
frame
ass.
1 tech.
Yeah, he's fucked.
Yeah. Ugh. What the hell is wrong with his face?
Battlefront. That's his Battlefront model, but they like added mascara to it.
That's no moon. That's my bitch. A DNA sword.
Fucking ow. Anyone
Yeah.
else notice Padme had like a fucking unibrow?
Wow, what a
Oh, I
surprise.
saw her. I really thought she was Rey.
What a
Go
surprise.
back and look after
Cool
this.
though, I like that.
I like that ending, yeah.
At least Anakin died happy.
Both Darth Vader and
My
Obito
ass is close. When you make them even in power, ain't no way it's close. Vader just gets swept.
Anime is bullshit. Look at all them pluses.
Yeah, I don't even think Vader could crush Obito's body and eyes if their like powers comparable.
Vader could simply force crush Obito's body, but Obito could just as easily rip out Vader's soul.
Except he
Obito had
can't, but you didn't bring up that
more aggressive
resistance.
options available to him, edging out just enough to earn a win.
For starters, Kamui made Obito extremely difficult just to touch, let alone injure. And as a
Except
Jinchuriki, he can
he-
regenerate from
he
half
has
of his
to
body
go
getting
physical to
destroyed.
do anything.
While the dark side could help Vader survive extreme conditions, it obviously can't regrow limbs.
Plus, thanks to his wide array of jutsu, Obito would eventually overwhelm Vader. While chakra may normally be a limited source of energy, unlike the Force, the Ten Tails provided Obito with an unlimited supply. And since chakra
Well,
is
almost
Almost.
infinite.
But then almost infinite doesn't
this
make any
means
sense
Obito
as
would
a
be able
term,
to
so.
fight on indefinitely.
Last but not least, Vader's preference for lightsaber combat means that he'd be up close.
Most Infinite, I imagine, just means like so much that there's no feasible way you could ever run out. You couldn't use all of that chakra.
It's a
Just
metric
say
fuck
infinite.
ton.
Dimension. Yeah, don't forget about that. Not only would he have
Don't
no way
give
out,
me your
but
bullshit.
he'd even be able to tap into the Force while stuck there. Game over.
That's debatable,
Starving
but
to death, I guess.
yeah, I do
Where
agree.
alone
Kamui would
feed
win.
on hate.
Darth Vader may have had a tenacity
Look at that unibrow.
could match, but against Obito's similar might, busted regeneration, and overwhelming range of abilities, there was no escape.
In the end, Vader's victory just wasn't meant to be.
The winner is Obito.
Music of this episode a lot too. I think it's really good.
All right, let's see how right I
Oh, and I
am.
actually want to see the track if it'll show up. Or did I miss it already?
And click the join button to get new perks.
There it was.
That's no moon. I knew it. I knew it'd be called that.
That's no
Yeah,
moon.
based.
I knew it.
That's no moon.
Extra content. Planet level
It's a
members
star, you
get
idiot.
battles before anyone else, so don't miss out.
All right, let's see.
What do we got?
Told you.
Huh.
Did I not tell you?
No, I actually thought this episode was pretty good. Let me go back to the
Oh,
fight.
yeah. It was fine. The next time is actual ass.
So
Here, let's see.
I'm interested to know what exactly different they're going to do for Raven. I imagine they're going to calc her or like give her some metric beyond this is how fast her bird can go.
Beyond moon level for a character who can fight Trigon. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Kicks don't work.
But yeah, no, with the way that Vader was absolutely dominating, there was no way he was gonna win because he would have just. I like how it's going. Like, it's going straight through the thing to give you an impression. Yeah, he's just phasing through it, bro. But nah, if Vader had won, he would have just been dominating the entire fight, and that would have been pretty unsatisfying.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time Death Battle's done that.
Yeah, but if you remember, his last episode had the big problem of the one guy who won just kind of dominated the whole time.
That just proves my point.
So this episode would have been pretty crappy if Vader had won with how they set this up.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure some people would have been happy, but you don't want to make those kinds of people happy.
No. Like the
For anyone who thinks that's Rey, Vader saw the future of his franchise and was, like, visibly
shit.
startled. He's like, oh, fuck.
That's no Skywalker. That's a Palpatine. Nah, like, let me go back. Let me show you what I mean. That is a Devil Artemis face. If ever I seen a Devil Artemis face, that's a Devil Artemis face.
I think it's the bottom jaw missing is what really sells it.
Yeah, like it's-
Also, his mouth looks like a square.
yeah, like that sort of expression. If Devil Artemis didn't animate that, I will be surprised. Like I'm pretty sure he was on
My
this episode.
fucking shoe.
Oh yeah, they had like battle damage, which is cool. I mean, at least for Vader, Obito kind of can't have battle damage once he grows like big. Your mother's inevitable.
Yeah.
They actually showed the Amogus tails here, unlike
That's
Mud
a
Isaac.
big fucker.
I
What if
did-
Vader
I
looked
did
at
like
it and
how-
said, "You are one ugly motherfucker"?
He just like condenses it and then it explodes in his face anyway. Like, oh, I achieved nothing.
I didn't think that would happen.
And Obito's like, achieved nothing. That sounds like your whole life, mate.
Now I just really want the Ten Tail to come out, and then Vader's like, "You are one ugly motherfucker."
You are made of cum now.
Yeah, he
This
heard
is
Boba
cool. Like,
say
this
it,
is
and
just
I
like
was
a cool like
"Yes,
slicey fight. That's neat.
Get
No,
in
I'm-
my fucking way."
I'm really happy with this episode. Like, considering how little of a shit I give about it, I'm happy with the episode getting out good. It's time for the frame one counter attack. He just read his opponent too good.
Bitch. Yeah, parried. Combo breaker. Fuck, fuck, fuck,
Because
fuck.
yeah, the Thai Advance is so known for being successful.
Honestly, Vader, you could have just kept shooting him. Why'd you bring him out?
I did not think very far ahead.
I want to see him bleed or something. I don't know. Dumb excuse.
Yeah, this Anakin model's kind of ugly though. I'm not gonna lie.
It's his Battlefront model, but like they like put mascara on him
It's
for
like
some
his
reason.
expression.
He looks fine in Battlefront.
different lighting engine that makes him look weird, or in like the
Padme
different
is
expressions.
the one who looks really bad. Like,
Padme
look at there. See?
Yeah, Padme looks really dopey.
Did no one look at that and say she has a worm
seriously,
on her forehead?
what is the DNA sword
I mean,
about?
it might have
That's so
have
funny.
just been a thing that they didn't like have a way to fix. It might have just been that's what the
look,
model looks
the
like.
thing, the thing with Padme is that her model's technically unused in the game because she was like cut out, and they used Natalie Portman's head on like a different character in Battlefront 2, and that's what I'm pretty sure they're taking from, is that sort of unfinished model. So when you put it together, it sort of looks a bit off, and I can't blame them for that necessarily.
It's also like I think the facial expressions they're making here are just faces that they didn't really consider when they were sculpting these in Battlefront.
No, it definitely could have been made better, but I'm okay with sacrificing something with
Wiggle worm.
Padme's weird face.
I refuse.
Fuck you, motherfucker. Suck my robot balls.
I love that Vader instantly gets a tan at the end there. That's awesome. Good for him. Oh, wiggle worm.
I still like the DNA sort of. Like, I'm so confused, but it's like funny.
Oh.
I like
Ow.
imagining he wasn't actually in it anymore. He was just like, should I dodge or should I just take it like a man? And he made the wrong choice.
I think I could tell. I think I got this.
Oh, I don't got this.
Ah,
Oh my
shit.
god, this is so funny. Remember I told you I got a Black Series Vader and a Lego Vader on my desk?
Yes.
I don't know how this happened, but the Lego Vader is like behind the Black Series Vader, so it's like the Black Series Vader is hiding him from seeing his own death like a fucking father to a child. That's really funny.
I think so. Like obviously, you gotta have a death in your death battle. But I will bring this up as just a minor thing. The reason Obito got behind the whole Infinite Tsukuyomi plan was that so like all of humanity could kind of be free from the hell of the like awake world and just live in their own paradise. Him immediately fucking murdering Vader after that kind of doesn't give him that.
That's really funny to think. He's like, you know what, actually, I don't like this guy enough to let him have this. Fuck him.
You know what? Fuck this guy.
Fuck this guy!
Oh my god, it's literally. This is literally what I joked about. The whole he's just like me. Fuck
Obito
this guy.
realizes
Oh
he's
my god,
happy and then he's like, oh, fuck this guy.
I predicted this ending with my stupid joke earlier. I'm so big brain. I'm so fucking
Best.
smart.
We'll say about the next time. It's not my preferred for Phoenix. I would have liked to see Phoenix versus Iki, but at the same time,
At least
I
this is
do
fair.
get that this has a broader appeal.
At least this is actually fair.
Is it?
Yeah, this is
Is
like.
it fair?
Yeah, this
I
is
mean, I'm sure if Raven at full power is comparable to Trigon, there's no reason
I-
she shouldn't be in the same league as the Phoenix Force.
I honestly think Raven wins. I read the huge blog between
I'll
the,
be fucking
between
shocked if
the-
they have her win.
there was like this huge blog between two lads who like read all of their material, and I just agree with the arguments in Raven's favor more. I think they are more solid. But the main thing for me is that Phoenix has a consistent. Well, Jean Grey, who they're going to use even though she's had the Phoenix like twice ever, has consistently a weakness to emotion manipulation, which is Raven's entire moveset. The Phoenix is consistently super weak against Raven's entire power set, which is a
Now, I'm not
huge
gonna-
problem.
I'm interested to see how they're going to tackle Phoenix, because obviously Jean Grey's the more popular interpretation of it, but at the same time, like, through their research, it's impossible that they wouldn't come across the fact that Phoenix and Jean Grey are two different people.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that the Phoenix is at its theoretical most powerful when in the body of the true Jean Grey. We've just almost never seen that before. We've mostly just seen Dark Phoenix, which is a completely unrelated character to Jean Grey, despite having the same name.
I think it is interesting, too, the dichotomy between, like, where when Phoenix is at full power, it becomes Dark Phoenix, whereas when Raven is at full power, she becomes, like, white and, like, more in control of her emotions.
This is where I should tell you that when Phoenix is at full power, it becomes Phoenix in the white hot room with the crown.
Then they're both white.
Yeah, the problem though is that we see fucking nothing of White Hot Room Phoenix to my knowledge. Like, from what I remember, it's been a while since I read the blog. Amazing blog, by the way, for Phoenix Raven. I'm actually going to link it in the description if I remember. It is an amazing read. Anyone who's actually interested in the matchup should absolutely go read it, because it's very in-depth. And shout out to the two lads who made it. And anyone else. I don't know if it was more than just the two of them. But we see like nothing of White Hot Room Phoenix or with the crown and all that, so we just have to go off statements and what's like implied. But
It'll be like, I know I think a few people take issue with how Twilight was handled in that episode, but I think it'll be really interesting to see how differently they handle Raven, because I'm sure there's a bunch of her like story that has either happened since then or that they didn't cover, and like some powers. And I'd like to see a little more variety in terms of abilities from Raven. And then Phoenix, I'm just interested to learn more about.
I definitely. Well, I mean, if you didn't know about White Hot Room, I definitely think there's going to be a lot for you to learn about them, because White Hot Room is one of the more infamous things with Phoenix. So I think you're going to get to learn quite a bit if they do it right. With Raven, I don't know if there's more story to go over. They kind of went over her main story well. The rest is just fluff in the original episode. The problem with the original episode is they did nothing for her power set, really. Like, they did not go terribly in depth.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And I'm interested to see, like, because obviously there's like a general like acceptance or like consensus of where like some of these higher characters should be, or like obviously there's always going to be debate and there's always going to be people that don't accept the higher ends, but there is like kind of a vague idea like at their highest. But it's always interesting to see where Death Battle's research will put these higher tier Marvel or DC, because like it's almost never where I expect it to be, because like with Hulk, he wasn't as powerful as I expected. With Thor, he wasn't as powerful as I expected. And that's not like a knock at them getting it wrong or anything. I just think it's interesting to see where their interpretation of like what is fair scaling wise ends.
I think it'll be very similar to Scarletan. I think it'll be very similar to where they put Scarlet Witch and Zatanna, because like, especially because they even brought up scaling to Phoenix for Scarlet Witch, I'm pretty sure. So I'm very certain. I guess it would be really funny if I just did the prediction and it was just bringing up, they put Raven at moon level and they've been putting the Phoenix Force at planet level since like season 4, and just say, Phoenix is going to win based on that. I'm not going to do that, but I might do that. That sounds really funny, actually. But
You know anybody that is like well researched on these characters for like a prediction?
do you fucking realize how many
Blogs,
Marvel
I
DC
guess.
prediction I've done?
Yeah, but like
I got
being
fellas.
like being well researched on Marvel and DC doesn't mean you're well
No, yeah.
researched on literally every
I-
character in Marvel and DC.
I am kind of tempted to just advertise that blog more because it's so good and just use that as my basis. Though I also feel like that would be disrespectful to the blog to sort of go like, this is the be-all, end-all, not just the interpretation of these two. Which I don't think the people who made it would
Also
like.
fair just to your viewers to give like you
Yeah.
and your friends' interpretation of
Well,
it, and
'cause-
just like have that kind of podcast to
Admittedly,
listen to.
my interpretation is very much shaped by that blog, which I'm going to reread, because it's a great blog, and I just agreed with like it was really the fact that, like as I said, Phoenix's main weakness is Raven's entire power set. That's really, I think, what sways me to her side, because with fair argumentation, you can argue that Phoenix is way stronger, but I think with fairness in mind, in terms of not going too far with either, you can reasonably put them as even. Like, you can bullshit Raven to like like just below Lucifer Morningstar tier if you're an idiot and don't know what you're doing. But I think just putting them both at that like omniverse scale, similar power, similar speed, but Raven is more impressive in a lot of ways, mostly because Phoenix has really weak emotions, which is kind of her whole deal.
It'd be
Which,
so funny
do you consider the reason
day
Scarlet
that we
the-
finally
Hmm?
go on.
I was gonna say, do you consider the main reason Scarlet Witch lost is because of her temperament, and that's Phoenix has like the same thing going on? Not to the same extent, obviously, nowhere near the same extent, but similar things going on.
You know how this is gonna be Scarlet Zatanna too, because everyone's gonna hate the shit out of the Marvel character and want her to fucking die.
I'm gonna be honest, I am more interested in the waiting period and the analysis for this episode than the actual fight. I don't care about the fight. I'm certain the fight's
I
gonna
don't
be
either.
perfectly fine at best and not live up to everything that could happen due to budget and time constraints more than effort. I think the effort's going to be there, but due to the limitations of Death Battle's modern day format, it won't be able to live up to the full potential. Same with Doctor Strange, Doctor Fate, and Scarlet Witch Zatanna. It's going to be in a similar boat to those. But I'm hoping the analysis will be really good and really interesting because there is so much to tackle with these characters.
The only thing that I'm expecting / kind of interested to see as far as the fight goes, especially because I just don't know the full extent of what both can do, is clash between the Phoenix Force and the Soul Self, the same way we got with like the dragons and Poe versus Iron Fist.
Yeah, oh, that's definitely gonna happen.
Birds.
I wouldn't be surprised if it starts with Jean Grey, then Jean Grey turns into Jean Grey turns into like a Dark Phoenix-esque form. Not exactly Dark Phoenix, because that's a different character. And then at the end, she's going to turn into the full Phoenix Force. I wouldn't be surprised if they even take the fight to the White Hot Room and have White Hot, like, Phoenix Force with the crown in the White Hot Room against White Raven. I could totally see that happening for the fight.
Bird up.
Burn up? Yeah, hashtag burn up.
Dude, that'd be so funny if that was the track name. Bird Up.
Bird up.
Oh my god, I haven't done one of those, like, stupid, my own versions of the custom, like, arts. I need to get to do. I haven't done Stitch, Rocket, or this one. I gotta do Bird Up for Raven Phoenix. It's just gonna be Opila Bird, but like half Soul Self, half Phoenix Force. That's so bad. That's so stupid. But that is so Nemesis coded.
See, like I pride myself on like not necessarily being a versus debater in that like I'm not gonna fucking die if I go 8 seconds without having a debate with somebody. I don't think I really even debate with people about like who would win a matchup all that often. But I think it is interesting that there is a small handful of characters that I feel more qualified than anyone else you know to be on a prediction for, and I think it's funny that those characters are like Devilman and like Ronald McDonald.
Oh yeah, if Devilman gets in, yeah, I gotta bring you on because he's like one of your favorites ever, to my knowledge.
Is my favorite character ever. Akira
Yeah.
Fudo is my favorite fictional character.
And if Ronald McDonald gets on, who else am I gonna get? Who else am I gonna get for Ronald?
Who the fuck
McDonald?
else do you know that has done extensive versus research on
exactly.
Ronald and the Burger King?
Yeah, I mean, he
I
could
ate a lot of
he
McDonald's.
could also fight Colonel. I think it's more likely he'll fight Colonel Sanders for worse or worse.
I don't necessarily think so.
That happens.
because,
You know,
like,
a guy from Kentucky.
Yeah. See, Ronald versus Colonel is a popular matchup in and of itself, but like, and this is like, don't take this as like confirmation or anything. This is just like, of the research team that I know and just discussing these ideas, they don't seem all that interested in Colonel Sanders. At least from like the little bit we've talked about.
Oh, good. Because I do not need a Ronald McDonald episode where the be-all end-all is just this guy didn't immediately die when Laughley's looked at him funny, so he wins.
Yeah.
Because even
And
if
I
he's
think
like,
it's more
even-
interesting
even-
too, like the way that.
No, go on.
I think it's interesting too, the way that Ronald and Burger King's like magic plays off of each other. Of like, both of these guys have a very similar energy, especially in like their earlier commercials. I want to say around like the 70s to 80s is definitely where they were most comparable. Meanwhile, like Colonel Sanders ranges from just a fucking an old white man to the modern version of Colonel Sanders, where for some reason they really want to sell him on his sex appeal.
It's really funny.
As far as I know, I could be wrong, but as far as I know, Colonel Sanders does not have magic, or at least does not use it as often or to the extent that the other two do. Also, just like, McDonald's and Burger King is the rivalry, and like, they're
Yeah.
burger chains. KFC's not a fucking burger chain.
No. Admittedly,
Chicken
whenever
chain.
I go to KFC, I mostly just get burgers, but, you know, that's just because I like the Zinger Stacker. That's really all it is.
I
But
don't think we have burgers at our
just don't go to-
KFCs here. We have chicken sandwiches, but
sucks to be you, bitch. I mean, I guess not, because
not really. I don't eat burgers.
their chicken stuff generally is pretty good, so it's not like it's like a big thing.
Whenever I went to
These chicken is
KFC,
alright.
I would
I
just
think-
get biscuits.
I think, now that I think about it, Colonel Sanders versus Mr. Clean sounds really funny, because they're trying to be sold on their sex appeal these days, when they really shouldn't.
Mr. Clean,
I will
Mr.
say-
Clean.
I really like KFC's baked beans. They have really good baked beans.
We don't
I just
we
like
don't
the
have those here.
biscuits. That's about it. I'm not much of a chicken guy.
You're a chicken.
Chicken.
Believe it or not,
Chicken
I am
is like my
basically
favorite
vegan.
food. I could not live without it.
I'm not actually vegan.
Just out of, like,
I don't give a
preference?
shit. I just don't eat much meat.
I am
If at
I
all.
am
That's fair.
an extreme carnivore. I love flesh and the taste of it.
I like meat. Meat.
I like to eat the flesh
If that's
of dead animals.
if that's the way you feel the need to word it.
I like meat
I
and
like
flesh.
meat, just-
Big chunky meats.
Now you're speaking my language.
Listen, you talk to me about how you don't want to use your meat. Well, I'll eat it. Don't worry. I'll eat your meat.
Stop
I
talking.
feel like we've gotten too far off track. Let's lean it back into something fucking
I'm not gonna slap your
neurotypical.
ass. Anyway, yeah.
Oh,
Damn it.
No.
I can't believe Rey showed up at the very end. And
Damn it.
Anakin was like, "What? Why is this what the Infinite
She wiggled
Tsukuyomi's
her
showing me?"
Ed-style unibrow.
I just imagine
It really did look like Rey. Like for the first time I saw the fight
Yeah,
preview,
like-
I'm like, was that?
I knew
Rey?
I knew it was Padme because of context, but there was like a brief pause. Like, wait, what? Oh, okay. It was like it wasn't
Oh
it wasn't
shit, the
immediate.
sequels.
Because like I was so immediately confused. I'm like, Vader has never met Rey. He would not know she exists.
Just imagine him like, "Who the fuck are you?" And everybody's like, "Oh, sorry, wrong illusion."
That's why
I'm
he
a
stops.
ghost
Like
of-
he's not stopping out of like, oh no, my wife. He's stopping out of like, what? Who?
I'm the ghost
Nah,
of
he's-
the franchise future.
He was stopping. It's like, "Oh shit, that was a woman. I didn't realize that." Anyway, based and starts beating her ass more.
Oh my god, I am so.
I was about to say,
sorry,
just starts
die.
choking her.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm not a misogynist. Oh wait, no, I am a misogynist.
I choked my pregnant
Well,
fucking
it's like
wife.
the
You
one
think I
story
won't
where
choke
that
some
one
random
woman
bitch?
keeps trying to fuck Darth Vader, and he just murders her.
I remember a lot of
remember
people
the
got
uproar.
mad at that
Yeah, the
because he
uproar
fucking
at that.
killed her, and I'm like, fuck
He's
you,
Darth-
she's
he's-
fucking crazy.
He's Darth Vader. What the fuck?
She
did
was
you-
like holding on to skin fragments.
Darth
or some
Vader
shit.
is
That's
literally so,
gross.
like, at least within the original trilogy, before we are like revealed more of his sympathetic side, he's kind of like Space Hitler, or at
I was
least
gonna
like
say
a space Nazi.
Nepal Hitler.
Even when they do reveal his more sensitive side, the first thing he really does as Darth Vader is help kill Samuel L. Jackson and then massacre a bunch of kids.
I'm saying,
Oh,
like,
what's
even
holding me
once we
back?
reveal, like, within the original trilogy, there are moments of, like, Vader would rather not just immediately kill Luke and Leia. He's like, I'd rather you guys join me, because, like, I don't necessarily want to murder my family, but at the same time, I will.
Yeah. I
killed
oh
your
my god, I
mother.
just imagine
I don't
if
wanna
the,
kill you guys
the
too.
infinite Tsukuyomi hits Vader and instead it takes him to just like a bunch of younglings from the murder and it's just like meet the pyro. But it's
This
Darth Vader
child
and
murderer is
younglings.
not such a bad guy.
That would have made more sense for Obito to kill him. He's like, "What the fuck? That's your perfect fan? No, mate, no, fuck off."
It's like the Robot Chicken skit where he's like jumping through flowers and cutting them up, but he's actually murdering the children.
Yeah, basically
He's
that.
like, go to your happy place, Anakin.
And that's why I meant that would make more sense when for Obito to kill him. He's just freaked out. Like that's not okay.
He's like, bro, you killed kids. What the fuck?
It implies that Obito can see what they're seeing in the Infinite Tsukuyomi.
Well, he already has just killed him for no reason right after succeeding in hitting him with that thing. So,
Tree slam.
And he's like, find peace in the next life. It's like, motherfucker, he would have peace if you just leave him in the illusion right there.
Would you have preferred if it had just ended there? Like,
The reasoning I could see is that he already broke out of like a genjutsu before in that fight, so maybe he thinks with enough
Except
time that he might be able to break out of it again.
It wasn't. I mean, he'd be correct, but it wasn't much of a genjutsu. All he did was make him see. Wait, did he even hit him with a proper genjutsu? He just sort of hit him with the brief Padme thing, and that worked.
Is genjutsu?
It worked though.
well, shit.
Yeah.
So
It worked, but Vader was able to like shake it off. That's the reason he stopped seeing it.
But like the way it's hold on, I'm going to go back because the way it's
Oh, we're
portrayed is more
going
like
back in time.
it's more like Obito turned it off to gloat like a fucking moron.
Your wife's dead.
My wife, Darth Vader boy, it would be so. Yeah,
What the fuck?
yeah, like
Damn it.
there's no indication that Darth Vader broke out because like he's still recoiling when Obito starts sucking him with Kamui. Also, that looks wrong right there.
Padme, you
Resistant
got real ugly
enough
real
that he's
fast.
able to crush Obito's eye, is what it seems like.
Except there's no way Obito kept the genjutsu up while sucking him. Like there's no way that he was like Vader broke or this guy broke out of the genjutsu. It's
Stop
more like
sucking me.
he realized that it was fake because I made it so fucking obvious that it was fake by trying to suck him off.
Suck him one now?
Yeah, that's another Devil Artemis expression.
My eye! It looks
I'm
it's
such
just
a
I got
gangster.
nail in my eye!
Sounds like the fucking like Happy Wheels. Oh, my leg!
Oh no!
I'm gonna be honest. That is the face of someone's like, "Oh, my big booty bitches." Like that. That's I can see that in the Devil Artemis video.
I'm thinking of nailing my eye for some
you
reason.
took all my big booty bitches. I'm gonna get you, or some other stupid.
Now you
gangster
die.
words.
Like, he's a pretty fucking good animator, but this is just a personal preference. I'm not big into Devil Artemis's comedy. I don't
think
find
he's
it very
funny.
funny. Of just like, look at this character talking about fucking bitches and doing drugs. They wouldn't normally do that. How silly.
You broke my glasses. Now die.
My leg.
Show. He lost one
The
of
leg
his
is naked
Gucci
now.
boots.
You destroyed my favorite boot.
My glasses, my boots, you piece of shit. I
Those are
fashioned
$500
fences off
sunglasses,
whack.
asshole. It'd be really funny if Darth Vader just pulled out the Johnny Cage. Those are $500 sunglasses and punched him in the balls.
Those were $500
Those were 1,000
sunglasses.
credits, you piece of shit.
Those were 1,000 credits sunglasses, asshole.
That's
He's just
it.
the fucking force to like do the testicular torsion meme.
I'm just imagining
This reminds me of the Starlack.
the Johnny Cage intro with Goro is like, "You're heading for a fall, Obito. How exactly? Because I'm going to punch you in your fucking balls."
Testicular torsion meme, right? where
I
it's
just imagine Obito correcting him like, huh, ball, because he's only got one.
Oh, you bitch.
Damn, this is getting out of hand. Now there's one of them.
Where the fuck did that thing come from?
I still like just the complete pointlessness of this. Like, yeah, it's a cool visual. Vader stops the tail beast bomb with the what sounds like.
The Ten Tails,
Oh.
to be fair, the Ten Tails does kind of look like that big sandworm they brought up in the analysis, and maybe he's just like, I've never
here
seen
we-
one of these
oh,
shoot an
fuck.
energy blast before.
That's new. Well,
Just like the, okay, now I've got it condensed in a little.
never
Shit.
mind. It's like, I
can't
got
do
it. I
anything
got it.
right.
I don't got it. That's a
I
fucking
can't do
tree.
anything right. Fucking shit.
Just the idea of like Vader having all these like.
He looks sad.
He does.
Look how sad he is.
No, hold on. I
Oh,
just
a
imagine
tree.
Vader having all these like completely nonchalant but still really confused reactions to everything Obito's doing. Like,
Yeah, he's just, this isn't the Force. What the fuck are you?
okay, what now?
Anyway, get over here.
Piss
You can
off.
get away.
Those are knives.
Nope.
You're throwing knives at me. Alright.
That looks bad.
Now I'm on fire.
Bitch,
over
I've
here,
been burned
honestly.
before. Oh,
My wife.
my wife. Oh.
You're sucking me. Why are you doing that? Your eyeballs shouldn't do that. I don't like that very much.
What are you mad about?
I like how he, like,
There's so many of you.
Obito didn't use Izanagi, so, like, Vader really had no chance in this. He would have had to kill him, like, multiple times. And he didn't even kill him once.
Those were 1,000 credit sunglasses.
Now you've done it.
So
That
what can
was
I
my-
do to help you?
That was my favorite shoe.
That was
that-
my Gucci boot, bitch.
That is a weird thingy-mabob. I've never seen that.
Is that an Amogus I've been hearing the kids talking about?
That's weird. Luke
Oh,
told me
fuck.
about these.
Danny,
Oh,
you're like super quiet.
So that is what
Say
Luke,
what?
That is what Luke meant by events. Oh, shit. Alright. That's a fucking tree with a flower on top. I don't even know what he would say to this. It's like he's just cum mode Obito. Now he's got multiple balls.
Yes.
That flying feels so like Storm 4 style. I don't know what
Oh
that is.
shit.
There goes my hand. There goes my saber. There goes
My
my
boot, my glasses, my glove, my hat.
fuck
Bitch.
Keep fucking up my drip.
you. This is my ride.
My fashion is out of whack.
This is my leg opener, bitch.
Bitch.
Why do you have horns?
Sir, your chin is.
Imagine
poking
you're
through
on
my
like a
head.
battlefield in the middle of a war. A dude picks up his tank and starts wielding it at you like a gun.
That'd be awesome. And then
That's-
Vader gets a tan real quick.
Imagine
Good
if
for
instead of the
him.
moon, that was the Death Star, and he put the Tsukuyomi on the Death Star. That'd be so funny.
Yeah. It'd be really funny if Obito used Izanagi to just rewrite Vader into not being force sensitive anymore.
Mm-hmm. I actually think that Vader can resist that. actually.
Caterpillar.
Yeah, seriously, I could have seen an ending with just like Vader in a Suki. Like, imagine if the way they did it was instead that Vader just collapses. Like, the Vader side of Anakin died in that moment, and so Vader's dead, but Anakin lives in that dream, and Obito just leaves. They could have easily done that. I mean, I don't know if I don't know if that would have been easy to convey, but they could have done that. That would have worked probably a bit more. But I can see that would have been a bit more difficult to like accurately convey.
But
to
we
the
need to
audience.
smash him with the DNA tree.
My favorite film is Jurassic Park, and my favorite character is Mr. DNA. Say hello to him.
Oh, okay.
I can see him being a
Vader's just like, what?
I'm sorry, I spaced out there for a second. What was that?
I was hanging out with my wife. What?
Excuse me, I'm trying to fuck my wife here. Oh, what's that?
I'm trying to kiss my wife all over her wiggle worm forehead.
Yeah.
You were saying?
I think we're all. What's with his ear?
Anime.
Just what Storm looks like.
That's true. But, you know, Storm is based, so I can give it a pass.
Sizing these models is kind of a moot point, because... No.
These models are cool, because I said so. Except Padme. And to an extent...
Battle did not make these, I don't...
Mascara Anakin also.
Does Truth-Seeking Orbs have ridges on them like that
That's what I
usually?
was wondering. Like, why are they... Like, normally,
They
aren't they
look
just,
like
like...
they're metal.
Aren't they supposed to be, like, just black? Like, just jet black balls?
Yeah, they are just jet black orbs, generally speaking.
These look like if Star Wars had truth-seeking orbs.
And they're
look like,
they're like
you know that fucking
gyrating.
orb that Luke is trying to train with
Yeah.
the Force
Yeah, the
against
training
in
droid.
New Hope that's flying around? That's what they look like.
They look like Pokeballs. like Mewtwo's like
Dude,
Pokeballs.
they look like-
Oh, it is.
From the
Yeah,
first
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, in the
Pokeballs
first
from
movie
the
when
movie.
Mewtwo is like catching Pokeballs
I'm
with
gonna
them.
catch so many Pikachus with these.
These are my. And what are they actually called? Do they actually have a name? Mewtwo's like Pokeballs, or are they just like these? Are
I don't think so. I
I
think
can
they're
look
just
it
Mewtwo's
up.
Pokeballs.
because
that's all
I've
they
seen
are.
people refer to them as clone balls, which makes sense as a name,
That's-
but it's.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if they actually had a canonical name, but then like there's a lot of.
They don't
there's-
seem to function exactly like Pokeballs do, though. It's
They can
weird
catch
because
Pokeballs.
generally the
I
way
looked
that
it up.
Pokeballs work is they're able to turn Pokemon into energy. Being able to catch a Pokeball insinuates that they can turn anything into energy. That said, the same thing did happen early on in the series when Ash throws one at a rice ball and it turns into energy, goes in, but then as soon as he opens the Pokeball, it doesn't come out in a cluster of light, it's just in the Pokeball as if it were sitting in a cup.
Y'all are gonna be disappointed. It's just called the Mewtwo ball.
That's probably just another fan
That's it.
name, I imagine.
Yeah, no, that makes
'Cause
sense.
It's on the Pokemon Wiki.
Well, no, because Bulbapedia
And then-
uses fan names like Pseudo Legendary and like Weather Trio for Rayquaza, Groudon, and Kyogre. Like there's a lot of fan names that they use, because they like even Shiny was a fan name for the longest time.
Well, the difference being that, like, generally I believe Bulbapedia clarifies that it's a fan term for them.
I don't know. I've never seen them clarify that for Shinies. Like I know it's no
Well,
longer.
the
Because
closest
it's-
you're getting to an
it's not a-
actual
it's
name.
not a fan
the
term
trivia,
anymore.
in the trivia section of the Shiny Bulbapedia page, I'm sure they do mention that it used to be a fan term, but it's not anymore. But with something like the Weather Trio or something like Pseudo Legendary, I'm pretty sure they usually preface it with this as a fan made term
Pseudo
for it. It's
Legendary.
not something they actually
I'm
use.
very certain
but-
Pseudo Legendary they do. I'm not sure with Weather Trio. I'm not sure most people realize Weather Trio is a fan name.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it
It's
up.
the same
right
way
now.
that Mystic Gohan is technically a fan term. He was never called Mystic Gohan in the anime.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I never even thought of that one.
Super Dragon.
Officially, the form is referred to as Ultimate Gohan.
I think even Legendary Trio and Legendary Duo are fan terms. Like I know,
What about legendary dogs?
Bulbapedia actually calls them by the name they're given in the game, the super ancient Pokemon. Yeah. Like I know, Bulbapedia is good on that.
Wikipedia is generally a very well-ran site.
Yeah.
Give me a sec. Because I found Mewtwo Ball on Pokemon Wiki. I'll look up Bulbapedia specifically.
It is a better source, I'd say.
No,
Not
don't
only
look
is
at
it run
Mewtwo's
by-
balls.
Too late.
Not only is
No.
Bulbapedia run by
That
I'm
man's
pretty
a
sure
eunuch,
a much
who
bigger
cares?
team than the Pokemon Wiki, but
Mewtwo Ball and
It's
Bulbapedia
also just generally-
redirects to Pokeball.
Yeah, it just redirects.
so
Pokeball, then
much
it
of
takes
the
where
wider
game ends.
community of like Pokemon is focused on like trivia and finding the most obscure facts that they can.
You're one
That
to
there
talk.
are at least there are thousands and thousands of people that if misinformation starts getting spread, they're going to get to the bottom of if it's misinformation. They're going to try to correct it and just like cover up those sources where it's like actually here's a correction. There's no official cited source for it.
Okay. Mewtwo had a
Or-
collection of strange Pokeballs known as Japanese Mewtwo Balls in Mewtwo Strikes Back, which incorporated an eye into their design and were used primarily to capture Pokemon to be cloned. So I
Let's
guess
just
they
be
are.
real. Mewtwo in the first Pokemon movie is just Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh, right, Cody? Yeah.
I have a thing to note.
Remember that
how
matchup for later.
the Mewtwo is generally depicted as being like stupid powerful and has like very potent psychic powers, and he has a lot more complex thought than most Pokemon do.
Yeah.
Did he make those cloning machines and every like piece of technology in that castle himself? Did he build that castle?
Presumably, because like if you remember, didn't he
It's
grab?
not really far-fetched,
Didn't
is
he
it?
grab Nurse Joy just for her like knowledge on like Pokemon genetics and all that? And like so presumably he just did all the rest himself. Because who else was helping? Nurse Joy wasn't gonna fucking do it.
Yeah, but it's like this is also generally a pretty small time span that he was able to do this in. So he was not only able to understand both architecture and machinery in that time, but able to adequately build it with the resources he had available to him from the environment. Presumably, like
What a fucking shock! Mewtwo is smarter than all of his opponents.
And all of
well,
us
no, it's not that I'm
combined.
surprised he's smart. It's just like that's a very short amount of time, and he has to be like stupid resourceful.
He is. Well, I'd say smart, resourceful, but you know. The
Remember
silence.
that matchup for later.
Well, what did you expect me to laugh?
No, I expected you to say, "What the fuck are you talking about, Nem?" Because that's kind of how you respond to a lot of stupid things I say.
Because a lot of the stupid shit you say is unprompted. Like, you'll just come to my DMs one day and you'll be like, hey, look at this list of fucking these characters by this merit. And I'm like, what the okay, cool. I'm like, you never lead a conversation with, how have you been doing? Or just like, hey, here's something I've
mean-
been interested in. And you're just like, here's this.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I leave.
That
Yeah,
guy
but
at the
more
bottom.
often than not, you just send me something. You're like, here's this.
Well, if I get a vibe that you're not doing well, that's when I come in with, "Are you all right?"
I just don't get a lot of DMs usually.
Why the fuck is the very first comment on this? Let's go, Jean Grey. Like, imagine someone.
We found the
having no
one.
context. There are plenty of Jean
Found
Grey
the
fans,
one.
like absolutely, who are
Okay,
excited
this
for
is the
this.
one I've seen then.
I'm very excited.
Pretty
I
sure the
can't
only
matchup.
DMs I get.
I genuinely
Pretty
cannot
sure-
imagine any of
let's
those Jean Grey fans being fans of like the original X-Men timeline. She doesn't do a fucking thing in those movies.
I don't think-
other than just like become evil.
Oh no, she's way better in the original movies than the new ones, and that's saying something, because Jean Grey in those first two films is not a character. She's only a character in the third one, and that character is, I'm mean and I hate you. But that's still better than Dark Phoenix as Jean
I have
Grey.
heard that in Apocalypse, Jean Grey is likable enough. Then Dark Phoenix is just
I don't-
such a
She's still
stupid
a
movie.
nothing character.
She killed
What's
Cyclops.
what's really fucking funny is that in the end of Apocalypse, she explodes with like this giant like firebird, right? And that vaporizes Apocalypse. The start
that is not the Phoenix Force.
that is not the Phoenix Force. The start of Dark Phoenix is her getting hit with the Phoenix Force, and it going into her body.
So it's like, what the fuck was that at the end of Apocalypse?
And you know what's
then?
really funny? The moment she got the Phoenix Force in the original timeline is supposed to have been unchanged by Wolverine's time travel. They kept a lot of the stuff from the original timeline that was before Wolverine's time travel, except for that thing. That one thing was not kept. She did not have the Phoenix back then at all. So I guess she just had this strange disintegration power that vanished randomly. This time there was no mental block put in place. and then she just remembered she had it against Apocalypse, and then the Phoenix shows up.
I will say, I think that is interesting. Phoenix, a big reason that it's like so muddled and that it's so weird and I guess kind of more difficult for them to write is because they decided to just introduce aliens all of a sudden. Now aliens exist.
Aliens.
Yeah,
And that
like,
kind of has to be the case for the
aliens.
Phoenix Force to
I-
exist as it does in the comics.
I don't even think it's necessary.
I think the workaround in the original trilogy is interesting, where the Phoenix Force has always been a part of Jean. It has just been like a suppressed, uncontrolled part of her powers and like psyche.
I genuinely prefer that interpretation to both the new timeline and the comics. I don't like the comic idea that this interesting character of Jean Grey is not actually Jean Grey. She's a nothing Dark Phoenix copy. And then the actual Jean Grey has nothing going on, but maybe 1 or 2 times you'll get to see Phoenix show up inside of her, but usually Phoenix is just its own thing with no character. I don't like
fucking hate modern Spider-Man comics. Then you'd fucking
Everyone
hate it.
hates modern Spider-Man comics.
Oh no, modern Spider-Man comics are just
funny,
the roast of
because it's like-
Spider-Man.
Everyone
No,
with a
because like,
fucking brain
so
hates
Harry Osborn, like in the '90s, fucking died, and then supposedly he came back and
Ooh,
has been
free
like
fight.
doing shit in the comics since then. But actually, no, that's been a clone of Harry Osborn the entire time.
That is like
So
Psylocke.
I guess.
That has Psylocke energy, where they reveal actually the reason that she suddenly became Asian is because this is actually Psylocke in a different body, and then the old British Psylocke has just sort of also been around, but she's not been doing anything. Like just that ridiculous
Yay.
retcon. Also, we're watching Raven Twilight now because I feel like
This
that's
episode
fitting.
of Death Battle is brought to you by War
Well,
Robots.
I would
The
hope it's
tactical
fitting.
6
One of the
6
new
program
people,
for
one of the
iOS,
next people is
Android,
literally in it.
I don't really want to watch Twilight's analysis, but I'm okay to watch Ravens just to see, because I remember them tackling the story decently well.
Well, yes, and
Shut
I
up,
don't really
Boomstick.
want to listen to Boomstick complain about using ponies a third fucking time.
I wonder if they're going to use the same render. That'd be
Twilight
funny.
Sparkle, the magical prodigy from My Little Pony.
Yep.
You think?
Shut
you
up,
think they're gonna
Boomstick.
do the same? You think they're gonna do the same joke with Discord? They probably are.
Yep, we're using another pony. That's not a pony, Boomstick. Oh,
That's a Draconicus.
Yeah,
He's scary.
A strong emotion can drastically
don't
change
call
the
me a pony.
No,
I'll fuck you up.
canonically, Twilight is. So canonically, Twilight is a pony.
No,
it's
no,
just
we're
a
talking about
distinction between
no,
land ponies.
no, we're talking about Discord. We're talking about like Bill with Billcord.
This is Raven.
I think part of him is pony, right?
He's a
Part of-
Draconicus,
ev-
is what
he's
they
part-
call him in the
Everything is
show.
part of him, but his species is Draconicus. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not exactly
Yeah,
a good
he has like a
sign.
cloven hoof.
The sky turns
I did like
I
that
think that's
that
the
list of
closest.
all like non-human Death Battle combatants, which I guess I have to add Phoenix Force to that now, and the species
Watches
is
Gossip Girl religiously.
Based.
Because of her heritage, Raven's own mental state holds the key to a fearsome
139 pounds. Damn, girl, you tiny.
A mage who can sense, create, and manipulate
we like went from one episode we're like you're fat to one episode we're like you're nothing.
You small.
Tell that to her when she scrambles your brain or forces you to
Don't
feel
do
so bad
that.
you steal from your boss.
Oh, you don't need to convince me to do that.
Wait, what?
I embezzle.
Why did this episode have a joke that made me laugh more than Vader Obito? That's
When she
depressing.
Was 18 years old, Raven met her father for the first time, and it's
And he was a piece of shit.
didn't go very well.
I'm excited to see these panels like fully animated in the way they do them. Assuming
The
assuming like
grandma laser.
DJ is editing it. I hope DJ is editing Raven
Is her
Phoenix.
soul self, an extension of her spirit and manifestation of the powers inherited from Trigon. Raven
Why is it a
often uses
bird?
it as her
Fuck
primary
you, that's
offense
why.
and defense, though it
Because her name's
bird
Raven.
cool.
Because
Well, her name's Rachel, but
Do with the soul silk,
Rachel
man.
Ray?
This beauty lets Raven fly. Use
That
it
looks
for
so
eyes and
dumb.
ears, or just punch people like a big old
that's what a punch is.
reason-
Yeah.
drain the energy and power
Whenever
Punch.
it's like splayed out like that, I think it looks like Space Ghost. I don't know why.
Space Ghost.
to be fair,
Talk about
boxing would be
she can do way
a lot
She
more.
can levitate, teleport, heal.
Well, I don't know if it'd be more entertaining. It would be a lot sillier if they were just shooting like emotion birds at people.
This is a sad bird, and it's like flying very slow.
Can you
and
imagine?
low.
Because if you know anything about Mike Tyson's history and like why he got into boxing, he used to be like big into like pigeons and like taking care of them and stuff. Imagine he shoots a soul pigeon at someone.
Well, the whole like his whole starting fighting was because some jackass popped a head off a pigeon, apparently.
Persona.
And he
And someone
kicked the
fucking
shit out of him.
murdered one of his pigeons.
And then Mike Tyson just lost it.
Also
I
known
don't
as
blame
Evil
him.
Raven
Fuck that
Raven.
guy.
Shoot lasers from her eyes, disintegrate stuff with her hand beams, and shape
That's
Yeah,
a
I
lot
think
of
I think
hair.
it's the power set part where this analysis kind of falls flat. They kind of make her seem
However,
pretty
Darth
bland with
Vader's
her powers.
incredible capabilities are a double-edged sword.
Hello.
Tapping into her father's demonic powers, she risks transporting Trigun himself to
I'm
the living,
in.
kickstarting devastation across the universe.
Why does he call him Trigun?
Wonder what the tier rewards are like for that. Pledge $20 and get an autograph from Satan.
Thankfully, she has been able to
Okay.
free herself from Trigun.
20 bucks?
Honestly, getting a
that's
Satan
right.
autograph sounds kind of cool.
I'd do it.
She even wears
Imagine you're like at the gates of heaven and you're like you're gonna walk in and then Jesus is like, wait, hold on, what's that in your pocket? And it's like, oh, this is an autograph from Satan, and Jesus just like Leonidas kicks you to hell.
It makes me think of a fucking like meme I saw recently where it's like a dude like, yeah, going to yard sales around here's crazy. I got an autographed picture of Jesus Christ.
That's awesome.
If I
I
can see,
want one.
I want to see someone like genuinely believe it was autographed by Jesus. That'd be funny.
It happens a lot, actually.
I found a piece of toast shaped like
Can you imagine
Jesus.
having an autographed thing from Jesus, like autographed in Hebrew?
That would actually be sick though if it was autographed in
It has to
Hebrew.
be something completely unrelated.
Yeah, like
though. It can't be a
historically, that would be a
picture
fucking amazing find.
of it. Just make it the most random item you can think of as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like a guitar or some shit.
Here's one of the stupidest numbers they've ever given.
Up to its rightful place.
I found a bowling ball with Jesus' signature on it.
Island's weight. The
Give you
Titan's
$2
Tower
for it.
Island is similar
Deal.
in
I think it's interesting that in this episode they decided to use Teen Titans as part of this.
assuming the
Yeah.
most likely granite composition
They
and
just
then, like, they
had
just,
to
like-
because that's like most people know Raven for
Here's
that
the power
anyway.
output in million megawatt hours.
That's enough energy to power all of
Because
New York
fuck
City
you.
for over 3 years.
Raven's soul self can survive 30,000 feet below the surface of the ocean with no problem.
That's almost 14,700 pounds per square inch. 42 times the PSI needed to crack most bones.
Yeah, but like,
Tough enough
how
to
much?
survive
I don't know
laser
if that's
blasts
really
from aliens that aren't
notable
done in Troy.
for
Who
that.
can survive moon
Most of this is not notable when your dad is Satan.
At least they're like, oh, there's this moon level thing, by the way. 3 billion joules.
And Raven's soul self powered
Yeah,
several of these blasts
sure.
and held together.
The soul self is also stupid.
This is really funny. Like they're going all in on these pretty small feats, but they're still more impressive than Twilight's one single wall level feat
The
they give
distance
her.
between those cities is 1,166 miles as the crow, or Raven, flies. To make this trip in time, Raven's soul self must
Raven
have flown more than
flies.
36 times the speed of sound.
Space
Wow.
Ghost.
Well, when she was golden ghosty,
Greetings!
she flew between the Earth and Moon like it was nothing.
So plenty of impressive feats, but
So if we did like
Raven's
Space
power-
Ghost,
Now, Ronald
who would
has
be
done that
who?
walking. Funnily enough, some of Ronald's best feats are from the Australian McDonald's commercial.
Base, that makes sense.
Like a glass cannon, and overtaxes her
This
own
man, oh, fucking
I
hell,
know.
mate. I'm fucking Ronald McDonald. You want some fucking fries? Fucking hell,
I've
I'm
been
fucking
doing
burgers.
this-
So what
fucking
it was
Angus
is
burger,
it's-
mate.
Sentient, like, burger creatures living on the moon. They're like, Ronald, we want McDonald's. And so he walks up a moonbeam and goes, oh, you want some burgers? And so he gives them some. And then he spawns a McDonald's on the moon that leaves an M that is visible from from Earth.
The fuck?
Then he walks back down the moonbeam in, like, a few seconds.
What?
I'm still very certain Ronald is the most powerful advertisement character I've seen when using just their advertisements to scale.
You know,
Terry Crews is like the closest with his like double star feet.
I've been thinking this in the back of my head, and if we were Space Ghost, I think Nem would be Space Ghost, I would have to be Brack,
High above the peaceful
and Don would be Zorak.
Fine with that.
Yeah.
Can't wait for Space
Means
Ghost
you have to
versus,
destroy your throat doing the voice.
Can't wait for Space Ghost versus Harvey Birdman.
I like Space Ghost and Crimson Chin, I don't know why.
Zorak the Mantis?
Yeah, he's the one who's like,
Attention, Libra.
I'm not actually sure if I like or dislike the way they did the effects.
to another death battle today.
Every time I move my arm, it costs the cartoon studio $42.
I'm not sure if I like or dislike the way they did Raven's effects for this. I mean, the Soul Self looks weird with the sketchiness.
I'm trying to remember if this came out before or
It's interesting
after.
stylistically, at least.
I'm trying to remember this. Okay, so it did come out after the treehouse was destroyed, I guess. Weird that they referenced that it got destroyed, even though it's not here. If you catch my drift, that's weird.
It's still funny they use more abilities in this fight than fucking Doctor Strange versus Doctor Fate. And I think about as many as Scarletana too, which is just so amusing to me.
It's not as good because there's no Superman punch.
That's true.
Literal.
This is definitely better than Strange Fate though, in terms of like actually using their powers and actually using the main theme of the fight, which is the emotion manipulation.
Please, Perk. I want it.
Oh my god, she turned into titanium.
It's mine. Oh,
Wait, I'm confused. Why?
aha. Now I've got you
I don't like
where I
rocks.
want you.
It's actually a really funny way to get Red Raven into the fight, is to have her get...
Don't ignore me!
I genuinely think it's quite clever to have Twilight manipulate
Bitch.
Raven to try and like make it easier, and then all she does is make Raven thirsty, and that makes Raven pissed off. That's
What the
a funny
fuck?
way to use it.
Why is Raven horny over a rock? Me.
Plants vs Zombies moment.
You're just gonna keep ignoring me.
Where did the Soul Self go?
Fucking-
Like
And
how,
why exactly did you say that it's titanium when she's trying to fuck a rock?
why, no, seriously, that Soul Self, why was it all the way back there? Why was it all the way back
God.
there? Hold
Can't
on.
ignore both of us.
This is defamation.
Seriously, look at this. The Soul Self is right here, right? For no reason, it then flies up, I guess, or it disintegrates, presumably because Raven got turned into a plant.
It wants to get a better shot.
The Soul Self is just like, you can take this, boss. I'm gonna go over here
This will
and
be
dive bomb it."
funny.
I just imagine it's
So tell me,
it's
when have I ever
screaming
wanted to fuck
surprise
a
attack.
rock?
I just imagine it's screaming surprise attack before doing that.
Well, that was odd.
Know what's very odd? The fact that Nem thinks I want to fuck a rock, apparently.
Do you actually think they're gonna use this sprite for Raven in next episode?
Yes.
I can see them I can see them editing it, I guess, for no reason, which they do
This is
sometimes.
crazy. Don, is this crazy? This is crazy. Am I
You
not
hear
really
us?
here? Am I not real?
I feel like they're gonna. There's a good chance they'll use that sprite.
I don't think I'm real.
Can he hear us?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, thank God. This thing goes back and forth. I usually go by the thing blinking.
Laughing to
means
yourself. I know you can fucking hear us. Don't ignore us.
Ooh, 18 Marvel. Hold on. I think
No, wait,
this-
that one's shit. No.
No, I want to go to Marvel's analysis. I think this is where it started with the planet level Phoenix Force.
The all-new twin
See if I
We're
can
never
find
going
it.
to get an answer to this.
She can survive energy blasts to the face and even the vacuum of
I feel
space
like
for a long
Nem just
period
said
of time.
something he didn't have an
Once
answer
she flew
to,
from
and
Broadway
that's why he's
to
not
the
giving us a reason.
atmosphere
He
in
just
a
said
moment,
it,
she can
and he's like, I have no idea what that means.
anything from a lot of ground, sky to cover in less than 2 minutes.
She claims that's her personal record. Now, considering that they
Just taking out characters like blast from the Destructor's beam, which has enough power
The
to punch
famous
holes through
Destructor.
an Imperial Kree starship.
and that's not even the height of her power. If Marvel absorbs enough energy,
Here we go, I think
she
this
Oh,
is
you
it.
know what? We need to watch
powers
Black
of
Adam and
binary.
Apocalypse
A
too,
form
because
she
they
took
mentioned
after
Phoenix
losing
in
her
that.
powers, getting lost in space and being experimented on by
I think they put her at planet level.
Long story.
Like, right?
As binary, she can tap
I
into
think
the power
so.
of a white
Hold on, here we
hole
go.
and generate star levels of energy.
Yeah, she can't win
And her
against maybe
hair's
planet
on
level.
fire.
Were you even listening? That's like the least interesting thing about it.
Says
There is
you.
nothing interesting about binary.
Binary was an extremely
There's nothing
powerful
interesting about
force
Captain
capable of
Marvel
wiping out
usually, but
entire
here we
fleets
are.
of enemy ships, but one that Captain Marvel does not have easy access to. She initially lost the form
shut the
after
fuck
amount
up.
of interstellar energy, such as the infinite energy
Suck a
from
dick.
She's stubborn to a fault.
Fuck off.
Friends, like her damaging addiction.
Badass with a hell of a lot of power. Listen to him
Maggot.
instead of trying to
Remember when she had a
Regardless,
drinking
she's such a
problem?
pillar. She's named after the
Okay, hold on. Maybe it was
There we
earlier in the
go.
analysis
Regardless,
they mentioned
Captain
it.
Marvel is a seasoned hero with a record
Other
that
than like,
most would
she's
be
such a
envious
pillar.
of.
She's named
No,
after
she's such a
like
pillar. She's
Marvel.
named
It's
after
like
the
no.
publishing company it's-
You friggin' just stole the name for Shazam, you dicks.
She's named after a better character who's like infinitely
Yeah.
cooler.
Absorbing anything from electricity to
Fuck
magic
Marvel
and
sometimes.
There is no
Like right
world.
now.
There is no world where Captain Marvel is cooler than Captain Marvel or Shazam. In fact, we should have gotten
Yeah.
Marvel versus Shazam. That would have been so much cooler.
That would have
Upgrade
been
to
cool.
premium. Upgrade to premium. Come on.
Admittedly, I think Marvel
Doing
probably
amazing
just
things.
wipes Shazam out of pure hacks, but
She can survive energy blast to the face and even
I-
the vacuum of space.
I really
This 92
don't know
training
where
with
the
event. These
I know for a
Captain
fact they
Marvel
bring
has
up the
done
Phoenix
some
Force as just
freaking
planet level in
amazing
this
things.
episode.
While training
Unless
with
it was
the
in,
Avengers, the
it
combat
might
simulations
have been
that she
Captain
could
Marvel
deliver.
Shazam.
Robin Hood
Because if there's any character that deserved, if there's any character who deserved to come to Death Battle twice, it was
Smashed together.
Captain Marvel.
Marvel.
Her genes brooded
Specifically Carol twice, not two different, not like Marvel and Marvel.
Extraordinarily powerful
Just
on a
Marvel.
cosmic scale. Directly connected to the power of a white hole, Binary can control all forms of energy, fly through space, move at the speed
I want to
of light,
mention,
and even
you know how
control
when I
gravity.
was sharing in the server Ronald McDonald's feats, there were 2 examples of him filling the sky with stars?
yeah.
Yes.
There's a third one.
Oh, of course there is.
How sad.
In the third one, there's actually like, so he does fill the entire sky with stars, but he manages to write out his name with stars. And he writes his name out of, I think, 213-ish stars.
Fucking Zeus-looking ass.
White holes nearby,
Oh, fucking
and can
count
summon the
them,
form when
Christ.
necessary. Similar to another long dormant power of hers, her hyper-awareness.
her deja vu power. She can automatically predict her opponent's moves, sort of like Spider-Man's really OP Spider.
With her slew of
That was like a
abilities,
genuine
Marvel's
yawn
forced to
that
be
just sort of
reckoned
happened.
with. It wasn't easy for her.
They're making me yawn,
Soon
fuck.
found herself wandering the universe.
Don't yawn the word
I'm
fuck.
not yawning.
Nobody got away with messing with her for long.
Fuck.
She's tough enough to survive a nuclear blast, a shot from a disintegrator beam which can destroy the android.
I know y'all talk about the fact
Glad
she
I get to
listed-
close
she listed a
this upgrade to
celestial.
premium thing in 42,925 seconds.
Particles that travel
That's
faster than the
awesome.
speed of light and are capable of slicing through nearly anything.
Like an entire Kree starship? Yeah.
They really like
wouldn't
that
be
feat,
on
I
the end of
guess.
one of those.
Not only was Marvel able to take a hit from one of these, she could dodge subsequent shots as well.
But let's take it up a notch. As Binary, she's survived attacks from both the Phoenix
Up,
Force
there you
and
go.
the Aleph, both of which are known for blowing up entire planets.
Planet level Phoenix Force versus moon level Raven. I hate to tell you, but planets are bigger than moons. Sweep.
Are you sure
That is
planets are
true.
bigger than moons?
Well, assuming Earth versus
Sure.
versus Luna, that being our moon, I'm gonna say
Mm-hmm.
that, that Raven's a bit weaker. Also slower. She's
I
like
will
Mach
say-
26 versus light speed.
Is not technically impossible for a planet to be smaller than a moon.
Yeah, well, your mother.
That's not a moon. It's a planet.
That's no moon. That's a baseball held up very close to my face.
It's a Cheerio I put up against my eyeball.
I was talking to Biff about Saitama versus Sonic Blast Man, and he's like, "Yeah, it's funny how Sonic Blast Man unironically wins." And I'm like, "Okay, so the highest you could put Sonic Blast Man is estimating him at small star level from an older feat where he destroys
okay.
his meteor
So-
several
so-
times
Sai-
faster, like
So Saitama wins.
yeah, several times larger than Earth. I think around Jupiter size, and it was moving like super fast. I think Sonic Blastman is also only relativistic. I don't think he's even the speed of light. Meanwhile, Saitama's like low end is several hundred times the speed of light, and I'm pretty sure his high end is several million times the speed of light.
Yeah, he's way faster and way stronger.
And he's at least multi-solar system. There's no way he's not.
Yeah.
And then Biff was like, "Yeah, but that's acknowledging the worst part of the story." So no.
I knew that's where that was going. I knew that's where that was going.
I'm like, as much as I agree that it is kind of stupid the stuff they did in that arc, as far as looking at it from an objective debate standpoint, that is still how powerful Saitama is.
That is like Biff's least favorite viewpoint to look at anything from.
Oh yay!
Yeah.
It's
Here's
time
the
for
episode of my
the
favorite superhero, and it
one
doesn't
of-
do shit.
one of the most disappointing episodes to me. But at least it's not outright bad. It's just sort of like they did nothing
yeah.
with these two. They did nothing with these.
I
like the
literally,
music.
I like this episode just because Dr. Fate's in it. Like, because, like I said, he's my favorite
I think
superhero of all
the
time.
ending has some really cool moments, and the start has some really cool like power trades.
True Fate is my favorite part.
You mean a strange fate? Oh no, I was talking about, I think about the song. Yeah, True Fate's transformation.
I'm talking
awesome.
about True Fate.
No, yeah, the transformation's
Yeah.
cool. Like this is
Strange-
fun.
Strange
Oh look,
Fate is like
he
the
slapped Doctor Strange in the
Amalgam
ass.
version. Smack that ass. Like a rock, apparently.
Now they're actually using magic. That's so wild. Hope they do this the whole fight and not just for this.
Oh.
And that's really it.
What's the joke again? It's like, is this Pizza Hut?
Is this a Pizza Hut?
Oh, it's a library, you dick.
What's really funny is that when I did my How It Should Have Been, I didn't actually see that whole Pizza Hut thing, and it was like the same voice used for that I used that they did, and that's really amusing to me.
I like that the pillars coming out of the ground had like Justice League logos on them.
I like that he just like dramatically teleports behind him, and now it goes to shit because now they're just brawling. I wish Aquaman showed up here. That'd be so funny.
I can't breathe.
Okay.
Love the music. The music is so
better.
The
good.
music is great.
Oh, yeah,
Then
I
look
love
at the
this
green,
song.
the fucking green screen water effects.
I had the
What
fucking
the
weirdest
fuck?
thing happen to me. So I was watching I guess a commentary YouTuber's channel. They were talking about the new season of Clone High, and when they were talking about a specific character, I thought I was going insane. The background music they showed was Jailhouse Rocket, which while I was on vacation, the people I was with kept playing Jailhouse Rocket on repeat. And so I thought I had just been brain rotted into thinking that because it sounded similar, I was hearing a Death Battle track in the background. Because I've never known this person to be associated with Death Battle or their editors or anything. And so I start hearing Death Battle music in a video about Clone High Season 2, and I'm like, am I fucking insane? I
You're
lost my
losing it.
mind. I sent
Yeah.
the video to him, and he's like, nope, that's accurate. That
You know what's
was
really
true."
funny? Shay Frillis has acknowledged that he knows what Death Battle is. It'd be so funny if just there was like a whole, it was like ranking Death Battle seasons. That'd be so
Would be really
funny. Especially because then I would just message you on Twitter and go, your
That's a
opinion's wrong,
Batman
fuckhead.
quote. I do like that they reference Brave and the Bold.
I think this whole bit is like the best part of the fight.
This is my favorite part.
Like the sheer power Dr. Fate has, you can feel it.
Right.
I think it'd be
Bro's
so
just-
funny if, like, you message Shea Frillis and he's like, who are you? And you bring up the Cora Storm bit where it's your silhouette like Mike Wazowski pointing at himself on the cover of the magazine. It's like, look, I'm on the magazine, and it's like covered up by the logo.
I just put the Death
Like,
Battle logo. on
perhaps you just forgot who I was, but I'm in Death Battle.
It's so
Excuse
funny if
you, sir?
I pretended I was a big deal. And he's like, I've never heard of you. The thing is that Shay
kind of a
Frillis is
big
like a really
deal.
nice guy to small content creators, so he wouldn't have the funny
Yeah.
jerk-ass reaction that would make it comedy gold. Because he's too nice.
It'd be really funny if you just acted like you were hot shit. You're like, don't you know who I
Hello,
am? I've been
Enz?
in this thing.
Hello,
These
Enzo?
are my most popular videos.
I
What have
literally,
you ever done?
I literally
Hello,
have
Naboo.
nearly 30,000 subscribers. Like, get on my level, bro.
Yeah.
If you like divide your subscriber count by 100, you'd have less than me. So like, get real. The load-bearing leg, I'll never forget that.
Goodbye, magic
It's like, oh,
man.
what do you do? Make millions of views on reviews over Disney and Pixar movies? I make Death Battle
Well,
parodies.
I've made 1 million views, so get real, bitch.
Bitch.
Talk about Godzilla power scaling.
This is like assuming
Like a
I would
lot.
ever talk the shape like this, and I wouldn't be, hey, can you record yourself saying, hey, it's me, Biv so I can send it to my friend and make his day?
That's my job. But yeah, both these
Like, that's what I would actually say to him.
Funny.
powerful. Trying to find their limit was like looking for a needle in a haystack. But nobody remembered to
I
put
thought
the
it'd be
needle there in
looking
the
like
first place.
looking for a piece of hay and a needle stack.
It would be like looking at their feet, actually.
Yeah, it's very easy
Like,
actually.
they're talking about how close this is, but this is also the episode where they're like, so, Dr. Fate is like, quintillions of times faster, and he's like infinite multiversal, while Strange is like solar system. The larger picture that is blowing up everything versus blowing up the solar system.
Strange may
It's
have
just
fought
so
a
cool.
5,000-year
I love
war,
it.
but Nabu's been around since the beginning of the universe.
Nem, you
Over
ready for
10
whenever they
billion
bring back
years.
Fate and they have him fight Juggernaut?
Way more
That would be
experience.
really funny, but also really dumb.
I would hate that.
That would be
I'd be
s-
so
It's
upset.
like, why don't we take let's take Juggernaut, a character whose whole thing is brawling and ramming into things with his face, and let's put him against a guy that he cannot brawl with and cannot ram with his face, And let's take Dr. Fate, a guy whose whole thing is long-range mystical magical powers, and put him up against someone who's immune to magic. What a great matchup. What a great fucking idea. I would genuinely prefer Dr. Fate versus Vegito, and that's saying something.
I think Dr. Fate versus Juggernaut's at least funny as a concept.
I guess
like,
it is
these two
funny.
characters at face value have fucking nothing to do with each other. And it's like, well, they do have magic artifacts that were found like excavating ancient ruins. They do have a connection to a god, and they do have funny helmet.
They do wear a
like,
hat that connects them to a god.
Magic
More than
helmet.
nothing there.
Unfortunately, there is nothing outside of thematics, because it's just like, it's a nothing matchup in terms of what are they going to do to each other. I mean, I would generally prefer Knuckles versus Juggernaut, and I do not like that matchup at all.
I just wish
Either.
they'd bring
I
in
think that matchup's
Juggernaut
really
already,
stupid.
so I can stop worrying about it.
I fucking love it's just like, they are red, and they are sometimes portrayed as dumb, and they are connected to a rock.
Love the difference where it's like, am I incorrect in saying that Juggernaut is your most wanted character for a death battle tie?
Yeah, probably. I would say he is. He's like my
think
favorite
it's funny
character
that-
that they haven't used outside of like maybe Indiana Jones.
It's funny that I think your most wanted is Juggernaut, which is a character that you like really, really love and have like a deep connection to. My most wanted at this point is probably fucking Ronald McDonald.
What the fuck?
Wow.
Because like, Ronald is so funny. I fucking love
I'm
Ronald
gonna assume it's
McDonald.
because you think it's actually possible for Ronald to get the matchup you like, while with Devilman,
Mhm.
there's a good chance he'll just fight Ghost Rider or something. if he gets
Devilman
on
is
board.
my favorite character ever, and I would love for him to get onto Death Battle, but at the same time, a part of me would kind of worry, like, what if they don't get his character right, or like, what are they going to use for Devilman?
Everything.
With Ronald McDonald, you just use everything for Ronald McDonald because he's Ronald McDonald, and like as long as you characterize him as just this whimsical fucking doofus, then you've done Ronald McDonald correctly.
And then
just don't make him fucking evil, and then you're good. Meanwhile, if you characterize the king as a fucking violent, evil sociopath, that's not out of line with some depictions of him.
He's a fucking stalker, man. He's creepy.
He's fucking insane.
He's the
there's
almighty Sneak King.
One of his most infamous commercials is him fucking busting through the walls of a building, just running from the cops.
That's really funny, actually.
Also, weirdly enough, one of his notable allies is Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Yeah, that's funny too.
What the fuck?
He showed up in his ring, like promoting him for a boxing event. And that's not even the only time that the Burger King has been associated with boxing. I believe he's also like a coach slash like a
Holy shit! It's
man
time.
in one of the boxing like a big boxing video game.
It's time for the
So,
King
like,
versus
it's not
RoboCop.
unreasonable to say that the Burger King probably has some experience boxing himself.
He's gonna punch the shit out of Ronald. It's not gonna do anything, but it's gonna do it. I still like the fucking. You just randomly ask me, hey Nem, how much energy would it be for a Whopper and fries to sustain Optimus Prime? And I'm like, well, if you take this one book that says the barrage cannon outputs 5 kilotons of energy in plutonium, then it's like island level burger.
Burger.
Which is still not anywhere near enough to beat Ronald McDonald, but that's a really fucking powerful burger.
I still think that makes him like the strongest non-cosmic like advertisement character that I know of. Like he's more powerful than any of Sega de Sanchiro or Pepsi Man's feats. I don't think Bud Knight's got anything on that, to my knowledge.
Let me think.
He definitely dies.
A lot of people say that they want to see the Burger King versus Jack in the Box or Ronald McDonald versus Jack from Jack in the Box, and it's like, Jack is cool. I like Jack. I don't think he's that like impressive abilities wise, because usually he's just hanging out with people and being like, well, this is a weird situation. Have some food.
Jack in the Box seems like he's muscular. It's like the most
He
I've
seems
seen
like
out
the
of him.
cool guy to hang out with, but he does not seem like an interesting character to analyze from a versus
Like,
sense.
he's-
That said,
yeah.
I have not done the same extensive deep dive on his commercials that I have for Ronald and Burger King.
That's true.
Honestly, I think after Magneto was used, I think Juggernaut has a decent chance to be used as
I
like.
think Juggernaut had
I
a
think
decent chance
Juggernaut's got a
anyway. He's a
decent
very
chance.
popular character.
He's not going to get his awesome matchup of Overlord, but you know, we can't
Yeah,
get nice
unfortunately,
things.
I'm like 90% sure he's going to fight fucking Knuckles.
He's going to fight Knuckles, yeah. I still
And
like
if
how
they pull some
I had
bullshit-
like a massive brain fart and came up with an Jack versus Onslaught because I completely forgot that Onslaught was actually Magneto related and not Juggernaut related. And then people just took that and kept spreading it, and I was like, no, stop! I
fuck.
fucked up. Please don't.
No!
Please.
At the very least, like, that sounds cool as like a comic book illustration.
I think like as a
It
fighter
does,
would probably
doesn't
be
it?
cool, and I think it would be a cool crossover. It's just
like
like
those are two really fucking cool designs.
yeah, I do really like Enerjack versus Savanti Romero from Ninja Turtles. I think it's really cool.
Ninja Toil.
Ooh.
Savanti Romero is like probably one of the most notable villains across Ninja Turtles because he appears in most incarnations, but not obviously nowhere near as iconic as like the Shredder or even Karai. But
Krang.
or Krang. But Savanti's definitely one of the more well known of the lower novels.
You're about to fall into a volcano.
You're about to fall into a volcano.
Oh yeah, someone posted.
Why do you slap his ass, but you won't slap mine?
Someone
have an ass, Krang. Stop asking.
someone posted in
I
my
don't want to slap his ass. I want to slap mine.
in my server, Batman with the Venom symbiote versus Spider-Man under Joker Venom, and it's like that's Batman with a suit that makes him as strong as Spider-Man versus Spider-Man with Venom that makes him weaker than he normally is and also insane. It's like what?
Shit.
Who do you think's gonna win that, huh? Spider-Man struggles
It's
against
also-
I don't
Venom
know.
when he's smart and not insane. Now he's fighting Venom with the intelligence of Batman.
I was gonna argue with like first thing when I woke up this morning when I saw that image, or not that image, that like post, and I was like, on one hand, Spider-Man does actively have countermeasures for like symbiotes that he might usually carry on him, like electro webs or something like that. But at the same time, I'm sure Venom has gotten resistance to that at this point. Batman, I'd say, has less like available countermeasures to Joker Venom, but at the same time, like it's not even the Joker Venom he needs to counter; it's just Spider-Man.
He's literally like Spider-Man's insane. He's not gonna use all of his super stuff.
There's
Like,
also, like, on one hand, you have Spider-Man that's not holding back anymore, but he is also fucking dying.
and
as Joker Venom.
he's also much weaker. Like the Justice
also
League
the
was
fact-
significantly weaker when they were Joker Venom. So
The very merit of having the Clintar on you, for some fucking reason, Clintar are immune to the spider sense, which is like this multiversal danger web.
yeah, it made sense originally because it was because the Spidey sense didn't acknowledge Venom as different to itself because he was connected to Peter. But then all the Clintar have it. It would also make sense with Carnage because he's derived from Venom, but all of them have it, and that's weird.
The biggest thing that I could maybe see is that in the same way that it's kind of a multiversal conscience between the spider sense that they all derive from like this web of fate or whatever, Clintar have like a unit, like a multiversal like hive mind between them.
It could be due to Null. It could just be due to Null.
Yeah.
But no, I don't like the Joker Venom made Superman so stupid that when he got his hands on Batman, he just flew up into the air and did nothing to Bruce, instead of actually punch him or just rip him apart or look at him funny and kill him. So you got a Spider-Man who's going to be much stupider and significantly weaker against Batman, but now he's as strong as Spider-Man.
Great.
And like Batman's still got all of his tech, he could probably counter the countermeasures against Venom.
Here's a question about Superman. All of Superman's powers come from his like weird bioelectric aura thing, right?
I don't know if all of them do, but like plenty of them do.
Super strength, flight, like super durability, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, if someone is as powerful as Superman and can either manipulate energy or electricity to that extent, would they be able to counter that power?
Nah, he resists that. He resists that ability. Also, it wouldn't stop like Torkazum Rao and Torkazum Vo, which just allows Superman to become like true dark side tier through sheer martial arts skill. Because that's how that works.
Cool.
Which is it's basically Ultra Instinct before Ultra Instinct existed, but even better.
Sick.
You could argue Ultra Instinct is Torkazum Rao at home.
I asked this question because like I've been generally in the mindset. I've been like week to week bouncing between matchups that have caught my interest, and one of them recently was Superboy Prime versus Sentry. Just because like I genuinely find both characters pretty interesting. I'm like Sentry. One of his most notable things is his ability to control like reality, atoms, and energy at this absurd, like abstract tier, like level when he's at his absolute strongest. Like Superboy Prime, hypothetically, a lot of his powers would come from that same bioelectric aura as Superman. Would Sentry be able to manipulate and just turn off those powers if he's strong enough?
I don't think so. Just because Superboy Prime works very differently to Superman in a lot of ways. Like the bioelectric aura's probably why he's got like the magic weakness, but Superboy Prime doesn't have that. If anything, magic almost makes him stronger because he seems to do better when he gets hit by it. The thing with Superboy Prime is that if you take him at his best, I don't like he still loses. The main thing is that you just can't kill Sentry. Like it's just that end of story. And like that's
Yeah.
the problem. And that's what I don't like about Sentry in a death battle context. None of his opponents could even begin to kill him. So
Yeah, because he has tried to kill himself. He has flown himself into the sun, so he'll keep like dying and regenerating over and over again. He has had his memories erased from people's mind and his body completely vaporized. I'm pretty sure he's had his concepts
Yeah,
erased,
that's
and
the
he has
main
come
thing.
back anyway.
someone like blew away his
But like
concept.
even
and he
even
was
the
just
most
back.
recent death against like Null when Null kills him, like people are like, "Oh, is Sentry gonna stay dead this time?" And it's like Sentry is only staying dead right now because he is choosing to stay in the afterlife and just experience being dead for a while. As soon as he feels like he needs to come back, or as soon as someone like tricks him into coming back or whatever, but whenever the plot needs him, he will regenerate and come back.
And like it's just kind of annoying. I don't like when you have like a character who this character objectively cannot be killed by this one. Who's gonna win? It's
I think it's also interesting that it's like I think it's you could at least argue the Sentry not being able to kill Superboy Prime either just by a merit of how fucking absurdly strong Superboy Prime
the
is.
thing is that like eventually Superboy Prime's just gonna like tire out and die. Like that's not gonna happen. to Sentry.
Superboy Prime did fucking murder the Anti-Monitor 1v1, didn't he?
I'm pretty sure there's context of that. The main thing is that his retcon punch like did major damage to the Virgin who laughs in his like ultimate form, which is really it's way more powerful than Sentry has ever been to my knowledge. But Sentry will just come back. So and that killed Superboy Prime to do. So basically, Superboy Prime would just kill himself, failing to kill Sentry. That's how it would end.
Yeah.
And that's
But like
lame.
I've been reading the original Sentry run recently. It's actually like super interesting how the story plays out. Where like at the beginning, it kind of seems like Sentry's just this insane person that thinks he was a superhero at some point. But as the story goes on, he starts like meeting up with other established Marvel heroes like Reed Richards or Spider-Man or Hulk. And like all of them have this feeling that they vaguely remember the Sentry, but they've never met like Robert Reynolds before, and that something is wrong. But interestingly enough, when he goes to Hulk, Hulk immediately recognizes him. He's like, "What's up, Golden Man? I haven't seen you in a long time." Uh, it's interesting because Bruce Banner had his mind wiped, but Hulk never did, and I think that's really interesting. Like, I think that's just interesting as like a plot point. Hulk's mind would be separate, so if he wasn't in active control at the time, his mind wouldn't have been wiped by it. And then eventually things just start coming to light, and then like there's this whole mystery around what is the Void? Why is everyone so scared of it? And then the eventual reveal that the Void is Sentry, or at least is Robert. And it's a part of him that is like repressed and uncontrollable. And while there is good to be done whenever Sentry comes back, it inevitably will herald the Void returning as well.
I still don't care about Sentry getting in Death Battle. I don't want episodes that are just this character objectively can't lose. Goodbye. Like,
Oh, that's fair. I just think it would be a cool fight. I think both of the characters are pretty interesting.
I really like Superboy Prime. I don't really care about Sentry. Like, he's got that sort of stinky reputation in the versus community. Like, this is the character that can beat anyone.
And no, I definitely can get that.
It's gonna
like
be really
from the versus community.
It's gonna be really obnoxious.
also-
Just the waiting period.
He's kind of fallen into this like area as well in Marvel Comics where he shows up when they need someone really, really strong to show up. When a story's writing him well, I think there's a really interesting tragedy to the Sentry where like he is so powerful that him existing is a threat to other people, and he can't can never really die, but he can take measures to try and just erase himself from reality. No matter how hard he tries, he'll always come back. Like, I think it's just a very, like, unique tragedy you don't see a lot of other places, where he only has good intentions for other people, generally speaking. But he is such a natural threat to the universe and everybody in it. At the same time, he cannot escape this cycle of coming back, the void returning. And so eventually his character becomes, like, a mission of trying to become one with the void, trying to find a balance between Sentry, the void, and Robert.
Yeah, it's a lot of the Duck Goes Moo reactions always show up on the sidebar of these when we go to YouTube to watch old episodes. It's really funny.
Well, that'd be cool if I could see it, but upgrade to premium, so fuck me, I guess.
Oh, you can't see it? Why?
The duck goes moo.
Whenever Hyper Beam is open too long, this upgrade to premium thing shows up
Can't
and
you
it says,
close it?
oh, you got 41,820 something seconds.
Jesus. It's basically like, that's my dream now, reacting to Doctor Strange vs. Dr. Fate. And then, like, a bit under it, the most insane battle ever, Thanos vs. Darkseid. And then, I didn't know he existed, Darth Vader vs. Doctor Doom, which is, no matter who he's talking about, that's really funny. This battle was magical, I know is there, Scarletana, the best of humanity, Batman, Captain America. I just like the idea, like, I did not know that Darth Vader existed, would be really funny. I don't watch them.
There was Apocalypse and Adam right there.
Could Homelander's ego crush the SCP
Close
Foundation?
it out and came back in, now I can see.
School of Rock, we watched the whole thing, free with ads.
No matter how many times I watch Nightwing versus Daredevil, I just can't remember anything about the fight.
Alright, we're gonna watch Nightwing vs. Daredevil.
Hey everybody, want to let you know.
Oh, we'll watch that one.
If you guys
Let's-
like the way it looks and you want to pick
I'm less
Fuck
likely to
you.
get copyright hit from this than with Black Adam Apocalypse. I remember
Fuck
that
you.
the Daredevil, like, the costumes are pretty decent.
Yeah, like, these guys don't do bad fight choreography, it's just that, like,
It's boring.
I don't know. There's a lot more to, like,
Did they get
be
permission to
memorable
use a
in.
Honda?
It's
God, I
it's a lot
remember-
more to remember from Red Hood versus Winter Soldier, especially because there was a lot. I was very interested in Red Hood versus Winter Soldier as a matchup before
they
it
chose like
happened.
the
I was wanting
the least interesting possible matchup to be their first live action one.
I would.
And like I like
I'd
Daredevil.
also like. I would argue Red Hood and Winter Soldier also has just like a way more interesting set piece.
It's way
in
more
terms of, like, the
interesting just in
environment.
general. Everything's more interesting there.
Like this is just all takes place in a parking lot, which is neat and all. It gives you some idea, but they don't really use it outside of like the result, I guess, where he uses a car alarm. Oh boy.
Oh, flippy flips.
But like,
Wow, he threw some things and he did a backflip. It hit a car. I think they broke the 180
I don't know
rule.
if y'all knew anyone like this, but I remember a friend of mine being like huge Daredevil fan, being pissed off that Nightwing won and saying like, oh, it's because the guys who they collabed with loves Nightwing. That's why he won.
Oh yeah,
And I'm just
Isma
I
Hawke were
don't
like making a
fucking care.
live action Nightwing thing, which is probably why they
Oh,
did
yeah,
the
I
matchup. I don't think
I
that's
didn't
why
really
he
care.
won. I mean, I think Daredevil just outright should win. There is like no debate in my eyes, but you know,
I still think I like Daredevil, but I also think he's kind of dumb because like I'm blind, except I'm kind of not. What's the point, man?
he's like an amazing character to represent the this disability is an advantage thing that happens. in
Like,
fiction.
yeah, I'm advantaged in how I'm disadvantaged.
Oh, he broke his
Wow,
arm.
I can't see, but I have spider sense.
Better
Well,
spider
see,
sense.
that's just like you have to keep
Yeah,
in mind. A lot of
apparently.
this is just for like combat. When it comes to day-to-day stuff, he still can't see. Whenever there's like a painting in front of him, he can never really see what that painting looks like again.
Yeah, but like that's all he loses. And even then, I'm pretty sure he's like used computers before. And like, how did he do that? Does he like have a sense that allows him to sense the light in the pixels, or the light coming out of the monitor, so he can paint the pixels in his head? I wouldn't be
It's like
surprised. If
literally-
they
And
had
there's
that.
this funny thing that you can have on computer where it narrates things for you.
No, it's not that. Like he just can seem like use it normally. Like if it was that,
I'm sure a
you'd
lot
think
of the
that-
time also comic writers just forget that he's blind.
I think it'd be
I
funnier.
mean, so do his enemies apparently.
I
They
think
just, they're
it-
like,
it-
yeah,
it-
he's yeah.
It would be funnier if the actual explanation was just that he could sense the light coming off and the wavelengths of the light.
colors.
Which of course would make you think if he can feel the wavelengths of light, how could he not see Fuck
All
you,
I'm
that's mine.
saying is Daredevil would be a lot more interesting character if he could smell colors.
He just goes around sniffing paintings, and people just like, all right, you can just go huff the paint fumes, mate. Go ahead.
I lost my sight, but this smells like red. Ah, shit.
Imagine
It
if that
smells
just,
like
that just played
blue.
like the Among Us imposter thing. Dun dun
I
dun
thought
dun
it was
dun.
line boom just over and over.
They just punches him like, yeah, that did
One
it.
punch.
Nightwing used Thunder Punch.
You in hell.
Super effective.
It's a
apparently.
one-hit KO.
One hit KO implies that he took no damage previously.
Which would be really funny to think he just like took
We can do that
no
now.
injuries.
This was possible
And then
because
Nightwing's his
both
flawless
smashed
victory.
with
Walks away.
true superhuman physique. Both Nightwing and Daredevil were extremely skilled and deadly fighters.
When it came to
I've got your
overpowering each other,
family.
they were pretty
Look at that! Like, how is
Oh,
that
dear.
not
based on
seeing?
their previous
The way they
feats.
showed it
Still,
there.
Nightwing seemed a little stronger and more acrobatic, and
Looks like
Daredevil
Batman's
seemed
taking a
little
shit.
quicker to react.
It looked like he was taking a shit in an orca's mouth.
Hold on, I'm taking a shit.
Take this, orca.
Is that why he didn't come to help Jason? He was like, Jason, hold on, I'm taking a shit. I'll be there to back you up in a moment.
Jason, I'm underwater.
He just like comes back. He's like, damn, I shouldn't have shit.
At first glance, these could simply counter each other, making this
God, I remember that version of Nightwing because Starfire's like as subtle as a fucking brick.
but only one
I don't know why.
I've seen-
I like when they're like, this is extremely close. Physically, they're matched. The only thing, the only very small thing that puts it in Nightwing's favor is that he completely and absolutely counters Daredevil's everything.
Goo could have figured out something with
You know, I don't care how dumb the costume is. I like yellow Daredevil.
You know, the greatest detective
I
in
don't
Well-
know why. Red is obviously better for him, but yellow just looks neat.
Imagine if they used yellow Daredevil and red Nightwing.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been so dumb.
Look, I'm sure
I
there
would have
were some
laughed.
possible scenarios where Daredevil could have pulled
Wing
out the
ding.
win, but more times than not, Nightwing takes this
Wing
thanks to
ding.
his athletic skill, detective training, and high-tech gadgets. All he had to do
Bam.
was dare to wing it.
The winner is Nightwing.
Oh, what's next time?
That's it.
Match?
I feel like it's
The
funny to just
fuck?
leave it there. Let's see if people can guess.
Oh.
I know what it is. Cause I know what episode.
remember.
I know what episode number this is.
I don't
I know
remember
this
off the top
is-
of my head.
I have
This
no
is
fucking clue.
this is episode 99.
New rules.
This is episode
Wait.
99. Think.
Oh, it's
Mario
Mario
versus
and
Sonic. Yo!
It would go on to not be 3D.
This thing came off the camera when I was setting it up.
I thought you were saying the next episode was 99. That's why I was like, oh, what?
No, I said this is episode 99.
Cap off.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about
That
this
that
as
might
the next
that
time
might
we were looking
genuinely
at it.
be the funniest cutaway gag they've ever done, and it doesn't even count.
I think it's really funny that in Mario Sonic, I recently rewatched it. A lot of the cutaway gags seem just to be there so they can just show off, hey, look, we can do this now. Where it'll be like a complete non sequitur of Wiz saying something, and then boom, so it's like, now's a good time to drink beer, and then it just shows beer.
Let us show off this beer asset we have. Gulp.
I find Mario Sonic 2 just really funny in all the wrong ways.
Well, yeah.
The
I
amount
like
of
whenever he kicks
blood
Sonic
is
in
the amount of blood is
balls.
so unusual. Like that's the episode I expected
Just,
to be like
kicking him
one,
in the balls.
like super bloody. Mario versus Sonic.
Scratch. Cats are fucking mean.
I remember thinking, like, in the first Mario vs. Sonic, when I watched it, like, way back when I had first started Death Battle, like, among the deaths that I had seen up to that point, that one felt like the most, like,
Oh yeah,
ouch of, like, having a fucking saw blade go into your back.
yeah.
Let's go.
At least that episode though, the unnecessary brutality was only in the kill.
Which is where it should be, if anywhere.
Yeah.
And then the new one, he literally just bleeds because he's getting clawed to death.
I mentioned to either of you that I watched the first Rocky movie recently.
Yeah, I saw you talking about it.
You
and
also
I was
watched
like, just
the first
now?
John Wick recently.
did. John Wick I really liked. I didn't think that I would like it as much as I did, but I really, really liked it.
John Wick 1 is my favorite
First Rocky
film
movie.
In
Is
the
Kevin
series.
Nash in the first one, or is he in the second one? Do you remember?
I do not.
There's a scene where John Wick walks up to a bouncer, and
I
it's like
I think
7
I
foot.
think it's the second one. I'm pretty sure
Yeah, it's a
the second
short
one.
hair guy, and it's just like, don't get in my way. And he's like, yeah, I don't think so. He just like pays him to leave, and Nash is just like he does in real life. He's like, I'll just take the money and go. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yes, that's in
smartest
the
guy
first
in the
one.
John-
He goes up to this dude. In the first one, he goes up to this dude and he's like, "Take a vacation. Take this money and just
Oh,
go."
okay.
He's like,
Yeah.
"All right."
I'm like, that is the smartest guy in the whole franchise, and it's Kevin Nash.
I watched the first Rocky, and I fully expected it just by like the general way it's described, and it's like a general like reference through pop culture, being like a super inspirational boxing movie where this dude's like training super hard and he's like rising through the ranks and stuff. And it's like, no, this is about a really fucking sad like I guess like the best way to put this is that like Rocky is written in a way that he is very clearly meant to show someone that is mentally like handicapped. And it's like Rocky is very clearly he is in a worse financial situation than most people, lives in a terrible town, is not very happy with his life, stuck in a dead end job, and is just generally very down on his luck. And 90% of the movie is just him and his friends being really fucking like sad. And then once it finally does get to the boxing stuff, it's less so about like, oh, look at Rocky like being a boxer. It's more so this is Rocky's chance to finally make something of his life. This is his chance to do something.
Yeah, I love Rocky 1. Like, it's awesome.
It's nothing like what I expected it to be, but I still think I liked it. The weirdest part to me was just the dialogue, because there are so many times in the movie, it's mostly Rocky, but some other characters do it too,
boy.
where they'll repeat a line like 10 times.
You want to watch Darth
I want to
Vader
watch a
versus
superpowered
Batman?
beatdown. I'm gonna ask, what superpowered beatdown should we watch here? Because I don't remember what the good ones and the bad ones are.
Vader,
think
because
one of the
Vader...
One of the funniest ones to me is Kick-Ass versus Casey Jones, because Kick-Ass just doesn't shut the fuck up the whole fight.
Do we
I
want
like
to
that
watch?
one
he gets
because
hit by
John
a train.
Morrison's in it.
Alright, we'll watch that, and then we'll go watch a Darth Vader one. There's 2 Darth Vader ones.
Yeah, and one of them has Batman make a fucking lightsaber. Fuck off.
Yeah, which is that's kind of fucking sick though. It's kind of cool.
Let's go past all the talking, because that's like the part no one cares about.
Ooh, a Catwoman.
He would do it by screwing
I mean, the cosplays
Anyway, yeah.
tend to be like not terrible.
You don't go up to an ugly cosplay and ask them a question for a
I mean,
video.
I would like them to. That'd be funnier. Honestly, I'm pretty sure Casey
Yeah,
Jones
you
kind of
know-
just sweeps.
yeah. You know it's John Morrison.
What the fuck?
Gas isn't so. To be
Did
fair,
you not notice?
Gas is not an especially powerful character. I don't think he even gets superhuman.
That is a really good
I
turtle
wouldn't be
costume, by the
surprised if
way.
he does. No, I was freaked out by the turtle costume, but looking at it, it's actually good, except for the lack of a moving
I
mouth.
like it. Yeah, I like that we have John Morrison, Johnny Elite, Johnny TV, Johnny Mundo. He's had like 50 different names. I just love Casey. Casey's so fucking cool.
Casey's great. I like how
Literally,
I like
he's,
how
my
like
favorite character in the franchise.
the fact that the suit
aside
for
from
Kick-Ass
Shredder.
looks so budget and cheap is so perfect. Much better than like the movie, how it makes it look like really high quality. The fact that this is just thrown together feels like it fits Kick-Ass much better.
You bitch.
He's like, oh shit, why'd I do that?
He's
Hold
like,
on.
Why did I do? Kick-Ass was a fun movie when I watched it. I kept being told number 2 is not worth it.
I've never seen Kick-Ass 2, no. I've seen
I
Kick-Ass.
know,
I've
like-
seen the first Kick-Ass like twice. I don't dislike it.
I
at all.
liked the first one,
I
but I've
like
heard
both
the
of the
second one's
films
not
quite a
very
lot.
good. Really? Okay. Casey
Oh,
Jones.
they went with the Jason Voorhees style. I mean, most of them have that though, so I guess that's like.
I love this one. This is the best version. Like the old school one. I love that
Like from the
mask.
comics, yeah.
Yeah.
I think what I remember of the comic version is like the best way to do Casey, where it's like between the kick-ass badass who still has emotions
Goongala.
to the like psycho. What the fuck? Oh my god. This is so dorky, but I like it.
You can tell
fucking
they're
lays
having a
him
lot of
out.
fun.
Call me when your left nut drops, dweeb.
What the fuck?
I love like old Casey, like whenever he was just a straight up maniac. Like nowadays, a lot of people try to give Casey like a rhyme or reason, which is fine too. Like I love him in Rise, but
I think what they
old
try.
Casey, who's just like an escape mental patient, is one of my favorite things ever.
I think a lot of it is misinterpreting the way the 2003 series did it. Because in the 2003 series, he's got a lot more emotion and character, but hey, they don't shy away from the fact in 2003 that Casey is kind of batshit insane. Like, yeah, he's justified in why he wants to take out Hun and the Purple Dragon, but everything else he takes out is just, he's kind of insane as well.
Yeah, he's just
And
crazy.
I think
love it,
I
though.
think a lot of interpretations misinterpret the that concept they did in 2003 as him just being this super sympathetic character. Like him coming to love April is meant to be character development, not just how he starts. He doesn't start off as a guy who's got some sensitivity. He develops that. It's not the starting point.
Yeah, at
for
first
Casey.
he's a psychopath.
Yeah, you got to make that have impact. He's got to start off kind of batshit.
Yeah, Rise of Casey's good too. He's basically Trunks from Dragon Ball, but I like him.
Did he seriously just come back of all the barbs to shoot back at? It's get a rabies shot. that is a Casey thing to do.
Flip him.
I think
Or
what's
swing.
most entertaining
Christ.
about this fight is how amateurish a lot of it is.
Definitely has to be one of the easier superpower beatdowns to do.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
it
two
still
dudes
takes
beating the
effort.
shit out of each other.
It still takes effort
Holy
to make
fuck.
it like as grimy as it gets.
Military press slam, baby.
Oh shit!
Matt return.
Please stop throwing me.
No.
Okay, let's punch you instead.
How's that feel, Cactus?
Rocks. Armbar.
Yeah, armbar.
The Ronda Rousey treatment. Okay then. Isn't Kick-Ass this whole thing like he can't feel anything? Like that's his thing, right? Maybe I'm
Yeah, that's
misremembering.
probably why he's not showing too much pain throughout this. Oh fuck!
He fucking exploded.
I like the way he like laughs to himself, like he's proud of that. He's like,
You should have trained harder. Get
Yeah,
it?
that was really funny. And then like the look after, like he realized how lame that was after the fact.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I really, really like both of the Kick-Ass movies. I haven't read the comics. Maybe I will at some point. I would not be opposed to this happening as a death battle at all.
No, I'd be
I
okay
would
with
love
it.
Casey in
Like-
Death Battle. That'd be so good.
And one of my favorite aspects of the Kick-Ass movies is just how fucking lame everything is, and how once they bring in like actual killers and mercenaries in the second movie, they're like, you guys are a bunch of fucking dweebs. You suck.
I like Hit Girl. She was fun too, from what I remember
Girl's
in the
very
first one.
cool.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Why does this start in space? Is Batman flying to the Death Star?
Yes.
That
Do
is
you not? Have you not seen this?
No.
Or you remember?
I've not seen.
You've this,
I
right?
think I've seen Vader Gandalf, but I've not seen this one.
Really, you've
You
never.
should
Oh,
you should make a video ranking every superpower beatdown.
I'm tempted.
bro, some of these are like this one
I
specifically.
really
is
want to
really
say
good.
number one would be Optimus Iron Man, just because Optimus wins. But I'm not going to be that petty.
I've not even seen that one.
It's fine.
I have, but it's been a while.
It's perfectly okay.
I remember. I think it was Stoff was telling me they were doing like Godzilla versus like Megazord or something, and I
Yeah,
don't
no,
think
they
that ever
did
came
they
out.
did Godzilla versus I think Dragonzord. But
Okay.
it was really short and disappointing, but you know.
That's unfortunate.
There was this old fucking video on the internet, like way back whenever, that someone did the Dragonzord versus Mechagodzilla, and they had the Angry Video Game Nerd in it.
I think was that Spoonie or was that Linkara? There was it's pre Death Battle. Like it's pre Death Battle is how old the one I think
Oh,
But I
the
remember
man.
seeing that like way back in the day, and
That is a-
AVGN being like, "That's stupid that they became the Megazord, because why didn't Godzilla just summon in the fucking cannons and become Super Mechagodzilla?"
is. That'd be funny. That's a good
legit.
Vader.
I think
like that's a
your
good
voice
Vader.
in this is like perfect. By the way, holy shit.
I'm approaching Superman's location.
Like, this is a stupid matchup, but they're like so far this is great. Like just as a setup, the vibe.
You've made a mistake coming here. Release Superman.
How did they even get Superman?
You do not know the power.
Tonight.
How did you capture Superman? I have no
Tonight.
idea.
It's kryptonite. It's always kryptonite.
I think it'd be funny if he was like, I have no clue.
Fuck.
I'll take my science over your magic any day.
What about crystals?
Well, you breathe now.
What's funny is that the Magic Crystal Batman is an alternate universe. It's not actually regular Batman.
Better focus on you than me.
I think that's a really clever thing to have Vader focus his force on breathing so that he's not getting like
Yeah.
fucking pelted with force.
Yeah, that's clever. What? That's less clever, but it's funny.
This is so
The bat
fucking
saber.
like Batman with a lightsaber.
This
That's
is the
like so
most-
simple, but it's so cool.
It's the most fan fiction thing. I love it. It's dumb though.
It's better than Batman like grabbing the lightsaber at some point. I would have been pissed if that happened.
It would be funny if he did that and he hit Vader, and Vader was just like, "Yeah, I can survive that though," and just grabs it back.
What the fuck? Oh, they're Disney lightsabers. I get it.
Well, no, because like Vader can take lightsaber blows.
No, I'm saying why Batman could grab the damn thing.
Oh, that's what I thought you meant. Like grab the hilt.
No, I meant grab the fucking blade.
Force punching him.
What's funny is
See
that
ya,
Batman,
Oh,
Batman could probably like just be fine.
Why did he not get sucked out into this vacuum?
Probably because they got the barrier up there.
Yeah, they have a force field out there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, it's hard to see, but it's there.
What are you gonna do, bitch?
Oh, what the hell is this?
Will not help you. How's this for theatrics?
Oh fuck.
Oh shit! Never mind.
Oh, those are missiles. They hurt.
I felt that.
Bitch.
You're a douchebag, man. You feel proud? You just shot missiles at a cripple.
Beatrix will not help you. Fucking blows him up with missiles.
Okay, your theatrics might
Uh-oh.
help you.
Oh shit. Oh shit. He's grabbing it.
Uh-oh.
I love
Oh,
seeing
my
all the
bad,
stormtroopers
Space
down
Jet.
there just watching. Like,
They're
bro,
just
you're
like, oh
seeing
shit,
this
shit, it's not the boss.
Oh shit, is he losing? No, he's not losing. Oh shit, he's winning.
Damn. I was gonna say what's funny is Batman would survive that. No, yeah, he does.
Lack of faith is your downfall.
That was kind of a disappointing end there. That was good though.
Snap his damn neck.
Like that was good. I kind of want to just keep watching these. These are like,
A lot of these are just really
Some of them
cool.
are really good,
yeah.
man.
One. Can I recommend another?
Yep.
Vader and 47% for Batman.
Seen Predator versus Wolverine.
oh
I don't
God.
think I've seen that
I
one.
feel like it was so long
Predator
ago.
versus Wolverine.
No, yes, I have seen it.
Pretty
I even
cool.
brought it up in something related to Predator Boba Fett. I did see it. It's cool. The costumes are really well done.
The costumes are so good. I fucking love
There
the
it is.
Wolverine costume they use.
And they made the Predator look good too. The Wolverine, they got a really good Wolverine costume. I think I've seen Wolverine Wonder Woman 2, but like I don't remember anything in it, and that's such a fucking blatant mismatch.
I just remember that I like the alternate ending more.
Yeah, look at that. That's a good Wolverine costume for like his classic look in live action.
The fuck is this being filmed, by the way?
The jungle.
They even got his like fucking gnarly teeth in there. And like his
And then in Predator
his helmet
Vision,
looks a
you
little
see
bit silly,
cloud
but that
form
makes
around
I'm not
him.
wrong. They're coming out with a Predator Wolverine crossover comic, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they
Yeah,
are.
I saw that. That's really cool.
I think it's really funny, like the difference where like Wolverine is known for just being a short little chode man, where the Predator's like fucking 7 feet tall.
Yeah, the Predator towers over Arnie. Like the average Yautja is really big. He just smells the laser.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, he just gets fucking blasted into the water. He's like,
Ow.
oh fuck.
You're an asshole, bum. That is such a good Predator. Like holy shit. Like the Wolverine's impressive because they managed to get the costume to look good. The Predator's impressive because they just managed to capture its design so well. Like, it looks official.
I like. The
I understand
dreads.
why these take so long to come out, because look at it for a second.
So much production goes into these. The best part, you can tell, because like a lot of like YouTube channels and like online like websites will claim to be geek culture, but just like own a comic book store and like know some surface level stuff. You can really tell that these guys like do their research or like have a like knowledge and actual like love of these characters.
Yeah.
You can tell this isn't like a labor of love. This is done by people that really, really like these characters.
Like this sort
Yeah, you
of
wouldn't
this
go
sort of
through this
dynamic is
effort.
what I wanted for Boba Fett Predator. Also, I like how small Wolverine is. They got that perfectly. Like he's so tiny, and that's
He's like half his size.
like that's so.
Jesus Christ.
Like if they didn't love these characters, they would have made Wolverine a reasonable height comparatively. But no, he's like comic height. It's great.
He's like
Like
half his damn
it's the kind of
size.
clever writing, like Batman using his EMP to stop Vader's breathing to like redirect the Force for a little bit, that I think is just so clever.
Yeah. And like Wolverine staying in the water so that he can get close due to that plasma caster is cool.
No shit. Ollie oxen, bitch. Of course he was in a damn tree.
Yeah.
Unlike the death battle, his clothes aren't the stuff that heal.
That effect didn't look that bad either.
No, it looked
Here
good.
it is. Here it is.
They actually got the face right. That's so much better than Boba Fett's line. No, they actually got the face like correct, which the actual Predator series hasn't done since the first Predator.
Yeah.
They're just tearing each other apart. Jesus Christ.
But like the first Predator, the like face mesh was designed to be closed first. So, but the other ones make it so the opening is more important, which means when it's closed, it looks so weird in most Predator
He's got a
films.
knife. He's got a knife.
Gnarly looking knife.
Like this feels so visceral.
Oh.
I like how the Predator's like still
Is he
alive
still
and he's
alive?
going. Like it takes a moment for him to die.
Recall, it's not over yet.
Oh my god.
They actually use the self-destruct correctly.
Oh,
Yeah, he's fucking run and run.
This is gonna be the correct color, unlike the death battle. No, it's still the wrong color, but I live with it.
At least he didn't like use
Just-
it and then smile like a fucking doofus.
At least he didn't just like Wolverine didn't just tank it.
Which he would have
Admittedly,
definitely done it
it would
better
have
than
been cool.
Bulba
It
would have.
would have been cool if he like got half vaporized and just regenerated, but I can see how that would have been annoying.
69.
Nice, bub.
Alright, let's bring out the door.
Nice,
Alright.
bub.
Oh yeah, Superman and Thor, I remember being funny just for the ending.
Okay, let's do Superman Thor. This is one that I don't feel is in their strong house or in their wheelhouse, but let's see.
This one's just funny to me because Superman's like, oh yeah, bitch, is basically the ending.
Oh no, I remember this one actually. I think I remember this one.
I
That is.
remember not loving this one, but not hating it.
I don't think it's bad.
Didn't Ismahawk do like Thor Wonder Woman and it was like it was very different.
I like this Thor costume though. This looks pretty good.
Wow, they actually got the helmet to look cool. Like, it's still very silly, but it looks cool. Damn, they got a big Superman. That's good.
Jesus
I like it
Christ.
because like Superman, Clark Kent's meant to be a farm boy, so he should probably.
He has
be
like
a
the
big
face
guy.
for it too. This guy would not be a bad Clark Kent.
No. No, like I'm serious. Because Clark Kent grew up as a farm boy, it would make sense for Superman to be big because he would look more
He would be
natural there.
fucking ripped.
Like obviously Superman wouldn't be big because of being a farm boy. It'd be big because he's Superman, but like it would fit.
I like this effect too because it really invokes like the Christopher Reeve era Superman.
Yeah. The chest circles
Thor's
look a
the
bit silly
spirit
on
of
Thor.
fight.
The plates on
Yeah.
Thor's chest look a bit silly, but that is comic accurate, so.
It's better than them just being like painted on.
Hmm.
Are you the one they call Superman? I am
No.
Lord of Asgard, and it is customary where I am from for great warriors to battle.
I don't want to fight you.
choice.
Bit stilted, but I can see Thor being this big of a doofbag. Doofbag, yeah. I like how he lands hits and Superman's like, oh shit, this guy's actually strong, is he?
Oh no! Holy
I
shit!
like that at least for the beginning of the fight, he has put down Mjolnir, and that Superman is not trying to fight back.
Yeah.
Win? I will show you the elements.
It's kind of clever that Thor wanted to go without Mjolnir, but when he sees the other guy has elements, he's like, oh yeah, shit, it's fair now. Yo, that looks cool though. The heat vision looks cool.
Thunderbolt and lightning.
I think the best part of this fight is that at the beginning, after he says, I don't want to fight you, he doesn't just immediately beat the shit out of him like a lot of Superman fights will. He's actively trying not to escalate this fight.
I know that Death Battle's Goku Superman had a similar thing going on, because at the start, Superman's just like dodging and avoiding for a bit. That looked cool. This is definitely not like their strong suit, but I think they did surprisingly good so far.
I like the burnt up suit.
It's weird his bioelectric aura didn't protect that, but he gets to show off how big he is.
He's fucking huge! You piece of shit.
My mother made this suit.
Mama's boy.
That's pretty good.
Let's finish it.
Oh boy.
Oh god. Yo, what the fuck? That is some mighty aim.
Asgard 1. Krypton 0.
This guy's got no clue about anything to do with Kryptonians.
He's like, oh yeah? Bitch?
Your mom's a 0.
Oh fuck.
How do I say this? You're a 2.
What? Oh fuck.
Get fucked. He's got like the Loki thing, like.
He's just laying there in the dirt. Just... we'll call it a draw.
That's definitely a Thor thing to say. You know, I'd put that on like the lower end, but I still think that was pretty cool. These are so.
Yeah, all of them are at least kind of charming.
Let's see. Let's watch Optimus Iron Man, which is 3D, just because Ty hasn't seen
Ooh.
This
This should be fun.
It's been a long time.
it. Probably the best thing that Arcade Raccoon, I think it is, animated. I think he's the one who did it.
Mighty Raccoon, right?
Oh yeah, Mighty Raccoon.
Mighty
It was
Raccoon.
his show was like arcade something.
Yeah. I like a lot of his personal animations, or at least I remember liking them when I watched them.
I think a lot of them have the problem of being like just sort of weird in a lot of ways, like very stilted.
The biggest issue for me is just like sometimes the characters don't necessarily feel like they're acting how they would.
I'm glad they went with Movie Prime because it fits the fact that this is very much MCU Iron Man better.
I run some scans for me, unless you expect me to check under the hood myself.
Your sarcasm is, of course, always appreciated, sir.
Well, that's why I live and breathe, Jarvis.
Ooh,
It
what
sounds like
the
he would
fuck?
actually like. This guy does not sound very Tony Stark to me, but he
No.
does sound like he would play a decent Batman.
Imagine it was the same guy.
Didn't expect that.
I presume.
That
What is it
is
you've
not
come here for?
Optimus.
Did you catch that, Jarvis?
Loud and clear, sir.
Good, because I just wanted to prove to
That
the
is.
guys back at the
I like how
office that
Tony's
the
voice is too
system
deep and
told me
Optimus's
you're
voice is
here.
not deep enough.
My scanners indicate that you have more volatile hazardous energy in you than we generally like, and since I can't trust that something won't go wrong without a closer analysis, why don't you just come back with me to my lab and we'll get you looked at and then back on the road, trucking along, man.
You are not unknown to us. It is I who do not trust you, Tony Stark. Now stand aside.
Gotta say, it's a good thing I've been hacking you the whole time, because now it's done.
That information was not yours to take.
Hey, sharing is caring.
Ha-
You have no idea.
that is a very Tony Stark thing to do. I'm not sure how he hacked biomechanical innards, but fuck it.
It's Tony. He could probably
Just jumped
do
in
it.
with a tank missile.
Made your choice, Stark.
Glad you're here to tell me these
What
things.
the fuck was that supposed to do?
Here's
Bitch.
I think I
mine.
like this version of Optimus better than I do Tony, at least voice-wise.
Yeah, he has the inflection at least. I don't
He
know.
has the inflection pretty well. And he has kind of like that light graveliness.
I'm trying to figure
whereas,
out
like,
if I like this
Tony
more than.
sounds a little closer to me. Like Tony almost sounds like Brave and the Bold
fuck.
Batman.
Notoriously.
I'm trying to figure out if I like this more than Optimus Gundam or not. Because Optimus Gundam has the great ending. but
Shit,
this, like,
that looks cool.
this overall is probably better. Because it doesn't have like the sort of drab intro. And Prime's less out of character. Because this Prime kind of is an asshole.
Yeah, he
Just
is.
punch him. That'll do it.
Did you end up watching the video I sent you about Transformers?
Oh shit! No, I haven't. I gotta
You
get to
should.
that.
I think you would find the video very
No, yeah,
interesting.
I intended to. I
What
just,
is?
yeah, I didn't get around
What's the
to it.
video?
30%, sir. Alright.
You should watch it while you're eating breakfast if you haven't eaten already.
I don't eat breakfast anymore.
What is the
And while
video
you're eating
about?
food if you haven't eaten already.
I only eat dinner.
Okay. Hulkbuster.
This is cool. Like, this makes sense for him to use against Prime. Just because Prime's big.
Walk.
He's like going ham on him too.
Oh fuck.
Ow, you motherfucker. You piece of shit. I'm going to fuck you up. Little man. I'm gonna wear your ass like a helmet. I took
off
then
your
wear your
damn
helmet like an ass.
But it is over. Stay down.
What's that over there? Oh, okay. Damn it. Yeah, well, I can do that too.
Please go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Oh fuck.
Never mind. Maybe I can't do that.
They feel weighty. I like that.
This ends now.
Oh shit.
What the fuck was in those? Were those not like grain silos?
Clearly not.
Said flammable.
You know what's funny? There's a scene in Rise of the Beast where you can clearly tell Arcee is saying like, "Oh shit," and at the same energy.
Yeah, it's whenever she's with Wheeljack. Yeah.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. That's such a Tony Stark thing to put on a satellite.
Yeah.
That looks like a Gatling gun, but it's fucking not.
What the fuck? Oh, you piece of shit. Oh shit! Holy fuck, he's got a Kamehameha satellite. Orbital fucking cannon. As a big fan of Goku, this is really distressing. Also, I had this the whole time.
Jarvis, maximize tracking velocity.
You're not a maximal.
Here he goes.
Does he do that in the movies? I don't remember the Bay movies a lot because
He's got his trailer in Dark of the Moon can do that. It's never shown to flow to the sky, but he has like fucking foot rockets that can do that.
Holy
He
shit.
flew out of the solar system within the span of like 2 years. That's ridiculous.
This is really fucking cool.
This is sick.
Fuck your laser.
I like how it's like he doesn't just like do it easily. Like it's still shooting at him.
And Tony's like, I'm fucking dead. Oh shit.
He has compromised commands.
Wait, is that how he wins? He's going direct. It's like a Bond laser getting really close.
Shut up, Jarvis. Kill Lucy.
Oh.
Yes. Power levels charged up to 12%.
Now he can move.
Call Rhodey for pickup. I'm starving. Sir, it looks like we have incoming.
I was gonna say, you think he's done?
Hey, catch this, bitch.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna kick your ass. Fuck. Autobots, I think I got him. Oh, God. I felt that. I felt that a lot. That hurt. Ow.
Missing a leg. I'm missing an arm. I hate this.
That's just prime.
The fucking Beast Wars reference.
Let's see how the fans voted.
Oh yeah, let's see how the fans voted.
I think I did like that better than
Oh,
Optimus and.
shit.
Really close.
I think I
remember
did
this
like
being-
that better than Optimus and Gundam.
I
Honestly,
think the ending of Optimus Gundam is like the final like clash they have, and the music is better than anything in this. But overall, as like a whole package, this is probably more consistently like good.
Yeah, especially if you're looking at this from a viewpoint of like MCU Iron Man versus like A-Formers Optimus.
Let's see if I can find Dragon Zord. Like, yeah, Dragon Zord Godzilla. This one I was not a huge fan of, but they have not taken many L's. Yeah. When I say short, I think it was more like just like it felt short.
normally, like, yeah.
But the animation quality.
Is this one
is
also? This
no,
one's
they,
also 3D,
they got suits.
Obviously.
What do you think?
No, you never know. That'd be fun.
It would actually be pretty funny, like a tokusatsu fight between the Dragon Zord and Godzilla.
That would have been awesome.
But they went with Legendary Godzilla, so.
Yeah, it's America, Blockhead Godzilla.
I also want to note that this is the V2 Dragon Zord, or Dragon Ranger Tommy. This is
Yeah.
Oh really? Oh, I'm not versed at Power Rangers. I was wondering why he looked a bit different. I'm glad this actually
this is his
this had a fucking intro, unlike Dragon Zord
version.
Kiryu.
Let's go!
I believe that's a version of Tommy that only exists in the comics, or if he does show up like that, it's after Mighty Morphin.
I'm gonna be honest, that's a fucking sick looking Dragon Zord.
It looks so fucking cool.
It looks
like,
really cool.
It doesn't look like what I think of when I think of the Dragon Zord, but it looks fucking cool. That is fucking
Looks like
awesome.
an anime.
It looks like
an
like
anime
if,
of Dragon Zord.
if Dragon Zord was Kiryu. That's what this is.
Pretty much. Yeah. Bitch.
Also note that while I'm pretty sure Tommy can pilot the Dragon Zord from the inside, a lot of the time he doesn't.
Yeah. I noticed
At
that
least-
because he's never like he's usually like off to the side with a fucking knife.
Yeah, usually at least when he's evil and fighting like the main 5 Rangers, he's usually controlling it with the flute, but at the same time I'm pretty sure he has and can control it from the inside.
I like how they chose like the most heroic Godzilla, who's the least likely to fight a Power Ranger.
I was gonna say it's probably the only one that had a good-looking model, but that new Godzilla PS4 game from like 5 years ago had a
No,
lot
if
of
they were
models.
picking the most heroic Godzilla that's the least likely to fight a Power Ranger, that would be Shoei.
Yeah,
right?
no, Showa is. But the difference is that like at least with Showa in his early films, he was a massive asshole. Monster vs. Godzilla is always
This one's
kind of
not the
been
nicest guy in the world, because like he does help, but at the same time, like
He
he's
only-
not averse to just fighting
No
something big
shit,
if it's in his
no.
territory.
He only got mad at humanity when he telepathically knew about the Alpha. Like
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Like it's not awful.
That was fucking short.
It's just kind of lacking. It's only like a minute long or 2 minutes long. Yeah,
I
that's
forget,
like a
why did
little
him and
scuffle.
Kong start fighting?
because alphas fight naturally. It's just a thing with them.
Dominance.
Alpha Titans fight. Yeah. Let's go Boba Fett Star-Lord. This has just become the Super Out Pete. Let's make this the last one, and then just do a separate video for the rest.
Alright.
But before we check out this
Yeah, we should just do like a watch party at some point and just watch all of them, and then you should rank them in the video.
I don't think I'll rank him in the video, but I will like.
Not like this video, but just like a video ranking them all.
Yeah, I'll do a video ranking all because these are good.
The moon.
That's not
of
a bad.
Mustafa.
That's not a bad Star-Lord outfit.
Yeah, I like him.
I remember this one was like pretty mediocre, but it had like good. I mean, they all had good production value. But...
Wait.
I don't know why, but the idea of Star-Lord just doing stuff while listening to music and just imagining Boba Fett staring at him and Star-Lord not noticing would be so funny.
What the fuck are you doing?
Like, Boba Fett should just shoot him, but he's just thinking, what the fuck is this guy? Why is this guy worth any credits?
So, for a second, I thought that was like a wall of weapons, like Mermaid Man and Barnacle
Contraption.
Boy. I get the cosmic ray. I'll get the aqua glove.
Oh, a
Get a lantern
ring.
ring?
That's a really cool, just little reference to have. I wonder if they're teasing
First,
Ring.
I thought it
ring,
like
buddy.
the first thought that I had was that it was probably a kyber crystal, but nope, that's a lantern ring.
I wonder if they're teasing a Lantern episode.
Every time.
Which Boba voice do you prefer? The old one or the newer one?
Get your helmet back on.
Oh boy. I kind of prefer old Boba. He was a lot more gruff and scary.
Old Boba was better for Boba. The new one definitely fits Django though, like with Django's character.
Yeah, and they're all supposed to sound the same because they're the same guy.
Yeah. I would have liked if they kept the old voice and they just explained that because he was cloned slightly differently, he came out with certain features that were different to Django.
Yep.
Durasteel moment.
Durasteel moment. I can imagine Boba thinking that.
Really wish I had an EE3 carbine rifle in real life.
I wish I had any Star Wars
M1
rifle.
Garand. Kia.
I want Star-Lord's Herald level gun in real life.
EE3 is just funny shaped.
So I can shoot all of my enemies.
I like how Boba actually caught it.
What
I not
if
supposed to
Boba
catch
just
that?
put on the Lantern ring and just turned into Green Lantern to fight him?
That would be so.
You fucker.
You motherfucker.
Star-Lord, become Green Lantern, fight him, kill
He
him.
doesn't know what that thick fucking ring is.
That didn't go as planned.
No shit.
Okay, Boba looked a little bit silly flying there, but that's okay. At least the initial shot.
Give
It's a little
me
silly
the
flying in the
fucking
actual
ring.
series too, to be fair.
That's true. I meant like the janky way he showed up at the end of that shot.
Yeah.
The only reason he hasn't put the helmet back on is because he's been listening to music throughout this, and that feels like a pretty Star-Lord thing to do.
End of the road, bobblehead.
Shit.
Really?
What are you planning to do? Punch his helmet again?
You know what my favorite movie is? Spaceballs.
I like the implication that Spaceballs exists, a parody of Star Wars.
Take it easy, bro, okay?
In a world where Boba Fett is real.
Do you think that was like a slander propaganda film against the Empire in this universe?
Good old-fashioned dance-off, bro.
What the fu-
You should have given me the ring.
Phone home, bitch.
Oh shit.
Right in the face.
Damn.
Fuck. Boba, why didn't you bring your ship?
What the hell, dude? I worked really hard to steal that.
He cannot remote control the Slave One.
Go!
Who are you?
I'm Hal Jordan. But you can call me Green Lantern.
I really hope this is preparing for a new episode in the future.
That's awesome.
Fans voted.
I would love. I don't know who they're gonna.
Stars
Ooh.
29% for Boba Fett. What
I don't know
Green
who
Lantern
they.
versus Nova wouldn't surprise me.
That would be sick. For Bat in the
I
Sun, at
think
least.
they could do a really cool Nova costume because I haven't seen one that has particularly impressed me as far as like cosplay and live action goes.
What
But
was
at the
the
same
last
time, I don't
one?
know how many it's.
The last one prior to Godzilla Dragonzord was that. Why
White
was it
Ranger
called
and
Scorpion?
I thought that was.
As I recall,
That
as I
was-
recall, when they did Ryu versus the Green Ranger, they actually got Jason David Frank to play the Green Ranger.
Yeah, they did. I remember that.
And what's really
for
interesting is
one
I'm
of
pretty
them.
sure that predates when Street Fighter and Power Rangers started crossing over officially.
Yeah. Flashpoint Batman vs Killmonger. That's a cool idea. Yeah. So let's end this reaction here, because this has gone on for 2.5 hours now. You guys want
Appropriate
anything
length.
left to say?
Battle, use Ronald McDonald, please. I want to talk about him. I want an excuse to talk about him for 2 hours.
What he said, but with Juggernaut, I guess. I don't know.
What they said, but with me. Goodbye, everyone. Have a good one.
Uh.